Okay, and welcome back to the Mythic Odyssey of Theros. A bunch of bullshit with a bunch of bullshit characters. I'm sorry. Uh, so, uh, what do you remember from the previous session? Well, that's the important question. Who's been paying attention? Who watched the VODs?
Not much. I was dead for most of it. Sogeg's just bleeding everywhere.
Was it last session we fought the cat, or was that the session before?
That was the session
this,
before.
We investigated the Great Cave.
Yeah, this was where you investigated the cave behind the cat.
I couldn't remember if that happened at the start of last session or the end of the session before.
That was at the start of the previous session. So there was two major things you did in the previous session.
I did some major renovation in that labyrinth.
You certainly did. And definitely didn't risk a cave in at all. Yes, you found a small labyrinth behind where the Fleecebane Lion was making its lair. Inside were a trio of Lampad that told you to go away, and you decided no. So they tried to attack you to the point of almost killing Sogeg.
And a kobold.
And
Was it a kobold?
The red cap.
Members.
The red cap.
That was the one.
The red cap died for.
The red cap ran into there and then immediately
claws.
got murdered. So yes.
Walked into the wrong hood.
But after
Red
some tactical brilliance from the barbarian of breaking walls and actually trying to stop them from teleporting through these corpses, you did manage to defeat the Lampad and discovered some minor treasure that they were guarding. A couple gold coins, a jug of molten metal, and a case that had a whip made out of a demon's spine. To which I believe Scuts drank the molten metal, and now she bleeds molten metal. And I don't think anybody picked up the whip, or at least you picked it up, but nobody decided to actually use it.
When we
Put it in
saving
the
that
boot bag.
for Bennett?
Yes.
Seemed like a very Bennett thing.
Well, depends on if he wants to use a whip or not. That's entirely up to him.
Spiky enough.
So, and from there, you continued wandering around, following the Guardian Way, up until you found a small cave where some returned bards were playing music eerily silently, helping guide newly returned from their crypts back into the world. To which you had a mixed response, initially considering them hostile or kind of gross, up until some divine intervention said, oh, maybe these are the right kinds of not gross. But from there, you had your conversations with them, or as much as you can, considering they don't really speak or make noise in any way. And Nadrin discovered that you had had a stalker this entire time, although the stalking had done one hell of a number on the poor little lad, as I believe the eelhound collapsed, and you realise they are at 3 levels of exhaustion. And
Yep.
very dry.
Yeah.
And that's
You're a
where...
bit cleaner now.
Although a bit cleaner now. You did waste Dios's spring water on that, but he is clean. Ish.
It was worth it.
Still got a red bump on his face from where Scott's hit him a few sessions prior. And that's where we left off. So the big question was, did you want to take a rest while you have these potential allies in the returned? Or did you want to continue along the Guardian Way as you were heading towards Setessa?
I've already put my backpack over my head as like a makeshift night mask underneath my makeshift tent.
Fair enough.
I'm good too. I'm good either way, personally. Well, I can keep going forward, but I won't be good. I'll be a very hurt paladin. I don't know, these returns seem pretty friendly, honestly. We played chess with them. We've made peace.
You gave one a
of them
stick.
has a javelin.
He gave you
One
a
of them
stick.
has a javelin. And I have his mighty stick. Fine stick it is.
So, what's party decision? Are you taking a long rest, a short rest, or are you leaving?
I'm quite happy to just leave, personally.
I point to the poor eelhound. Dios, look at this poor lad. Look at how 3 level of exhaustion he is. Could you do that to such a lovable rogue?
Yes. Yes, I
Uh,
could.
Either Dios or Soga make a nature check for me.
Oh, I'm going to be good at this.
Go on,
I don't know
then.
how much I know eelhounds inside and out. Why does it ask me for a public role or a private role? That's weird. I'm not very good at them, actually.
You know full well that just this poor eelhound needs some sleep. Preferably in a sauna or somewhere really dry.
Well, tie him to a rock in the baking sun.
Yeah.
Then we'll...
We need to go to Akros right
Needs to
away.
have a nap in the midday sun. That's what it is.
Yep.
I will relay my suggestion to Nadrin.
We're having fish for dinner.
Pogeg's salivating for some reason. I don't know why.
I would like to rest.
Alright, we're resting.
Are we?
Do they look like they're blocking off their temple?
No,
they
they are gathered around Dios's light stick and looking at that, I believe.
I'm going
Yes.
to sort of walk around them and see how they react to me lightly pushing through. Very lightly, gracefully, you might say.
They let you through. They, as long as you're not actively harming them, you can pass through them. They are just sort of stood around, essentially like moth to a flame kind of thing. Of this, I believe it's your pike that you lit the end
Yes.
of, which you
It's
helped
very
to
light.
sort of guide them out of the crypt.
Yeah, I'll move the pike a little further down, so away from the mouth of the crypt.
I remember the words of my god. And as Soga gets a little bit scared of the thing he sees, I remember that I will be no coward. And I will keep walking.
Okay.
And give grand greeting to this fellow in here.
The fellow in there is another returned. He is leaning on the pommel of a huge sword. Sort of a mockery of the size of a typical coppice. And he's just sort of staring blankly at you. But considering he's wearing a golden death mask, you have no idea what expression it's supposed to be anyway.
I'll just grab my cloak and give a grand royal bow. Try not to piss him off.
It makes no response in return. Just continues
will-
to watch.
I'll yell outside, I'll say, "It's quite nice in here. This looks like perfect camping spot. Perfect. As long as you're not worried of the literal portal to hell that's likely inside here somewhere."
This place does stink of
nice.
rotting corpses and mould, and
It's nice, really.
Yeah, it's definitely a place where people once buried their dead.
Takes me back to the gladiator pits, watching the poor people fight for me. It's awesome.
Well, that went dark very quickly.
Yeah.
It was just how casually you said it. Yeah, watch the
I mean,
poor
did you
people
think
fight.
that Sogeg was nice? Sogeg just looks back. You didn't have forced gladiator pits in your policies? Starting to think that Akros is actually pretty cool.
So is anyone else
Fine.
joining Sogeg within the tomb to
There's a
sleep.
bench here.
I think it's best if we move on, to be honest with you. There must be somewhere nearby that's a little safer than just out in the wild.
Be in a cave.
Cave filled
I
with
do not
dead
trust
things.
that cave. I don't trust. Well, yeah, I trust this cave more than the last cave. These return like us. They're our friends.
That's one way of interpreting it, yeah.
They have my stick, and I have theirs. I put it this way: Sogeg's pretty sure that they don't hate us. Sogeg knows a thing or two about being hated, and being exiled and punished. I don't think these returned have it in them. Or at least they don't have it out for us.
I'm down for a rest. Albeit if just a short one.
Would like a long rest, preferably.
I would like.
Are you injured?
I don't need a long at all. Sorry, I don't need a short at all. It is long.
I don't need-
I need.
Not injured, but we have someone here who is.
What, the fish thing?
Yes, the fish thing. He needs help.
Well, your head be it.
If you don't want to rest here, where shall we rest then?
Anywhere that isn't in the middle of a field or in a cave full of dead things.
I mean, he's not wrong in that it is a cave full of dead things.
We could find somewhere else to
Very
rest.
judgmental. I mean, it feels like we're pretty close to Setessa, to be honest. By pretty close, maybe not at all.
You're
Probably not.
probably about a third of the way there.
Does that account for my very large footsteps?
Indeed it does.
Damn.
Considering you've only really had 2 encounters since setting off in this direction.
Let's
I
do
think we
an
crack on.
old-fashioned Theros vote.
Ooh,
To rest or not rest.
how very Melitan of you.
I'm doing the Akros way.
Which
I
is
poke Dios in the face.
the Akros
No, I
way,
don't.
sir. I'll
I
tell you what to do,
definitely
and you will listen to me.
Poke me in the face.
From 15 foot away.
You hear a very low growl come from Dios.
The non-pokey side of my stick. I was
Still,
being
what?
nice.
What cat do you know responds well to being poked in the face with a pokey stick?
You're a
Blunt-
cat like none I've seen before, and I've added it to my notes that even this cat breed does not like being poked in the face. Interesting. I poke Pogeg in the face and notice that Pogeg doesn't mind.
Does Pokeg have a face?
Yes, too.
That's 2.
He's
One
got
of them is
2.
under a nifty red hat as well.
Oh, that is also true. Poke's hat is getting a little bit drier.
Yes, we do need a dead body again. I did put him in the corpse of the cat for a bit, but I'm very worried for poor Pogeg.
Wait, what?
Look,
I'd
Pogeg
be worried.
just has a need. Just has a need to feast, you know. Don't we all?
Pogek has a big red hat on one of his heads that is dripping wet. Although it's a lot less dripping than when it was first put on.
I walk over to Zulk and I put a heavy hand on his shoulder and I say, Zulk, just want to let you know, if times come and if we need it, I will have to borrow your insides. And they will have to become outsides for a little bit. But not for long. Not for long.
For about
not
8 hours or so.
It's not happening.
I'm proud of you, Zulk. I'm proud of your dedication to Poge.
Try as you may, it would not happen.
Should we wander on then? I think we can. You've got water to keep the old eelhound doused in.
Have you?
We can have an amble.
There is a very worrying looking dead person with a gigantic sword and a pit to hell in this cave.
Yeah, it's not the most
quite as
pleasant
great as I was thinking.
environment.
Not quite as homely.
I mean, home's what you make of it, honestly, but yeah.
I'm okay with moving on. We do need to, at the end of moving on, have a long rest, though.
Honestly,
Okay.
Diaz has got his heart set on sushi. Let's just put that out there.
Got his ears perk up.
So, are you moving on? You moving on?
Yeah.
Will Guts
Fantastic.
be nice enough to carry the eelhound? Because he can't walk anymore, poor thing.
You can always put him in your shirt.
Poor eelhound.
Yeah, no, she's not going to put him in her shirt. She's going to drape him over her shirt and state to him very clearly not to go in. Listen, I'm going to carry you, but don't go inside this pocket or I can't guarantee I'll get you out. Got it?
It's a
And
bit
she's just,
delirious to be able to really respond.
well, she's going to make sure he doesn't. If he starts slipping in, she'll, like, pull him out.
He is
But, yeah.
quite slippery,
Come over
so you
here,
do need
please.
to readjust your grip every now and again. Maybe wrap him in a bit of cloth just so it's you've got something
Do I
a bit
have any
dry.
extra rope? Can I, like, tie a little harness so he doesn't slip out?
Oh,
Yes, you would be able to use because I think everyone should have at least 50 foot of rope.
Yeah, the trusty rope.
And if I gave mine up, I'm sure maybe Nidrin would let me use her rope to help carry her friend, maybe.
have my rope to save my boy.
Alright.
Okay.
I look very confused on why there's suddenly 100 foot of rope being used to elaborately hold on to this. eelhound.
Mummified the poor thing.
Dios.
You're
I think the
surprisingly
situation's worse than it
decorative,
looked. They're delirious.
So you continue wandering along the path as you skirt the edge of the Despairlands, where the border of the Nessian Wood and the Despairlands meet. If you're on to the next part.
Ooh. Oh, it's another bridge. Is there a troll under it?
So as you
Ooh.
wander along, you do come across. It seems to be a riverbed. There is water, but it is close just to mud or running mud. There are a lot of these strange slug-like creatures, almost the size of a horse, sort of gnawing at the banks of this riverbed. Their snail-like shells are actually, upon close inspection, seemingly made of bone.
I want one.
They're up for adoption if you really want one.
You
Pogeg.
already have a pet.
I hide Pogeg deep in my pocket, just so he can't see this. My sheer admiration of these noble beasts. But
You
they
can
aren't
only have
quite
one companion at
bloodthirsty enough.
once, so
Yes. They're not bloodthirsty enough for Sogeg.
eh.
They look too tame.
So let's copy the image and I will show you what they look like. Some might recognise them.
Remember these particular fellas?
It's a snail.
It is
Strange
known,
flashbacks of losing my brain when I touched
it's
one.
known as a bone whelk,
That doesn't sound pleasant.
the giant horse conch.
There's definitely nothing wrong with them. Listen,
Yeah, they're interesting.
yes.
You're fine.
Zolk,
So-
you should go poke one.
So there is a stone bridge crossing this riverbed, or at least sort of mud river, and these whelks. Whether you want to interact with any of those or just press further along.
I would like to avoid these things quite a lot, to be honest.
My
It's a
heinous.
fight we don't really need.
We don't.
Why is Sogek edging closer to them?
Listen. Sogeg sees a river stream, and I lament that this stream is not stained red with blood. I'm gonna give my own little blood offering. I'm just gonna stand here, just see, gauge the reaction of the whelks.
Make a perception check.
One of the many things I'm not very good at. Oh, Why didn't you say that? Right, yeah, public roll. Oh, a 10.
So they don't seem to take much notice of you, but as you do step along, there you notice there is definitely something shiny in its shell of some kind. This one
Oh,
closest
that is
to
a
you.
trap. That's a
Uh,
trap.
yes.
I think I'll fall for that. I'm tempted. I won't lie.
Yes, I do think you'll fall for that.
Does these shells, do they look particularly sticky?
They are covered in slime.
They offend me. These decrepit creatures. Ugh. I'll look back to the party and say, I'd avoid touching the shells. Something gives me a bad hunch about this. I'm willing to be the guinea pig and walk on the bridge if everyone wants to.
Okay, you're gonna
I
risk.
will follow.
You're gonna risk the bridge. Okay.
I'll take a seat and watch.
I do want to say that I definitely picked up my pie because I left the last guard by the
Yes, I
Run
assume you
back.
did.
I am going to walk to the center, and I am going to brandish my great spear in my arms and pull out my trusty second out of 5 javelins, and I'm going to strike my own arm as offering of, well, strike my own palm rather, as offering to Mogis. I'm going to bleed into the into the river. I don't like that it's brown. It should be
Okay.
red.
Go ahead and roll a d8 for me.
Blood for Mogis.
You take 4 points of piercing damage as you pierce into your hand enough to actually bleed. And sure enough, you drop a good few drops of blood into this muddy riverbed. And you can definitely see something bubble.
Does the blood flow at all, or is it just sort of stagnant?
It kind of just sinks and seeps into the mud, almost causing it to shift and move.
It's definitely the blood doing that. The sight just generally sickens me. This is just not a place of. This isn't a place of war and conquest. This is a place of already dead. Disgusting. I'm just gonna move on my way.
Let me move you back a little bit, because as you get to about here, at the site, make a perception check. I'll do it that way.
Make a
I'll
quick
do it that
glance back and be like, "I'm sorry." It's my perception. Keep asking for that.
way. Oh,
Oh,
fantastic!
I don't have
Oh,
eyes.
no.
I don't actually have
So I
eyes.
need to make sure this is rolling properly. Cause
I'm a bit woozy from cutting my palm. I'll be honest. A lot more blood came out of me than I thought there would. Actually really hurt.
Oh, you are lucky that you are so big, but Pogeg's not. As you walk past, oh, that's on the wrong layer.
Oh,
Oh my god.
oh no!
Has that got a face in there?
It's a person.
Well, it's going to be a snake in a moment, as Pogeg is wrapped in vines and engulfed within this creature.
I immediately
Rises
lunge at the
out
creature.
of the mud.
Well,
I guess we're rolling initiative.
could I immediately poke it with my big pokey stick? Actually, as I would not hesitate to someone stealing my property.
I will give you an attack before, yes, you roll initiative.
I will just scream at it. Yeah, as I poke with. I think you asked me for a little bit wrong. Anyway, oh dear.
That's not going to do it.
Not
Rolling
good
well
rolls.
today.
Not good rolls.
And yes, I would like people to roll initiative, please.
What? Not good rolls. Very quick roll 20 question. It keeps asking me if I want to make a public roll or not. Can I turn that off? I've never- is that in
If
settings
you
somewhere?
go to your settings, you should be able to change it to toggle query as opposed to always ask.
Any idea where that is in settings? I ask the gods.
I mean, I don't really make character sheets, so you'd be better off asking a player.
Press the cog to the right of the spells. Far right hand box. And it's like the third one down. Oh no, second one down. Roll.
Oh,
20.
yeah. Yeah, there you go. Cheers.
Hey, that's the man who knows.
Whisper rolls. Never whisper rolls.
Okay, so by descending. So, Dios, you are the first to react to this shambling mound ripping its way out from the mud.
Okay, I'm going to use a spell I've never ever used.
I asked for
Ever.
what these look like. There you go.
Ooh. We're in for a treat.
Boy.
So I am going to I will move over here, bend down, grab some sand off the bank, say a prayer to Heliod, and then I'll just blow the sand towards the shambling creature. I need it to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
The Shambling Mound's going to be so full of sand. So many
Okay.
abilities we got.
That's a fail.
Nope.
Oh.
That's fairy fire.
Okay.
Oh.
Fairy fire. I like that one. Where's
Very nice.
And that-
there you go.
And that's it'll probably get the
Let's move
The-
that way.
snail thing next to it as well. Actually,
no.
Cubes. Yeah, okay. Are you going to make it target the snail as well?
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So we now have a disco snail. And a disco
I need
shambling mound.
Pogeg to also make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Doesn't do it take
Pogeg's
any damage.
Really good at
No.
these. Wow.
Oh my
Pogeg's
God.
not. Rip Pogeg.
So it is now a disco in the middle of that lovely river.
Party, party.
But
Yeah.
everyone has advantage on attacking these things for the next minute. And I'm going to step.
Okay. Zolk.
So, because I've been given advantage on hitting these things, how does advantage and disadvantage at the
They
same time
cancel
work
each other
out?
out.
Straight roll.
Right. Alright. So I'm no longer at disadvantage for this, for as long as that lasts.
What I will say is you wouldn't have been at disadvantage as there's very little sunlight here. It is heavily overcast, lots of clouds in the sky.
Alright, so I'm just good. Cool. Alright. Then I'm going to use one of my two uses of my new thingy as my bonus action.
You wouldn't be able to, 'cause you've not taken a long rest to switch out your epithets yet.
Very well. Then what was I at? What did I have last time? think
You would
it's
have had Plague Root and an Experimenter.
Yeah.
And you don't get all of your epithets, you only pick two, and it's only on a long rest you get to change them.
Alright.
You know, the thing I've been saying every single session when I've been explaining epithets.
This time
Well-
it might be different.
I suppose I'll just put the good old curse of the tiny dead bird skull on
Okay.
the big thing.
Are you going for the big one?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the bird skull curse. Okay.
And in good old overly aggressive fashion, he's going to jump off the bridge and swing his axe at it.
That sounds like a
That's
really
Very
bad
glad you did that because I
Yeah,
I wanted to
okay, cool.
test what was going to happen. I'm very pleased you've done that. Actually,
Interesting.
Very
Okay, go ahead
pleased.
and swing your axe.
it's no, this is Styx water.
Fantastic.
Nothing is
That
rolling
is
well today.
a solid hit for 9
Would it not
damage.
be at advantage at this point because of the? You said
It
was
would be at
very
advantage, yeah.
Very light.
There's another roll.
Roll a D20. No,
Yeah.
no crit.
You can
Never.
always hope for a.
Okay. Fantastic. Is that everything, Zolk?
I don't think I've got anything else to work with, so I'm stuck here.
You've picked accurate words there. Scott, Your turn.
Oh no.
Is it gonna take me a full turn to remove my baby Bjorn with the eel hound in it?
Take it into combat. It's fine.
No.
Cut the rope.
I'll let you just drop it without issue.
Okay, she thought ahead and she made a quick release, so she's gonna
Yeah.
gently
With
set
a
down
thunk, it hits the ground.
that. Takes a bonus action and an action to throw stuff, so I don't think I can do that.
I mean, you already had the eelhound right there. If you didn't want to waste the bonus action.
Hmm?
You already had the eelhound
Yeah.
right there. If you didn't want to waste the bonus action.
What do you mean?
It's-
Just like keep him on and throw
No,
stuff?
just throw the eelhound.
Yeah. He's looking like
Oh
a rock at the moment.
no! I already hit him.
Don't throw my baby.
Oh no, my microphone's not coming through. What? Why
Oh.
do the tech gods hate me? Okay.
On stream, the microphone's not working.
Um,
Technical difficulties.
give it.
It's
one-
fine.
You need to have a sound clip ready
give it
for
one
it.
chance. There we go. Okay. I was gonna say I'll give it one chance because I don't want to hold up the turn order. All right. So. She's just gonna barge right in. Oh, can I use my turn to see if she knows anything about either if she's come across these snails or any of these vine creature guys? I forgot his name.
The Shambling Mound.
Yes, the Shambling Mound.
Sure, you can make a nature or animal handling check.
We will go with a nature check. Oh, it's doing that public roller whisper.
Yeah, I don't know why it's changed everyone to ask for whisper. You're not really sure. It's a big glob of swampy vines and shit. That's about as much as you can tell. The big slugs look delicious, if sticky.
Alright.
Chewy, you'd say.
I think I can... No, I didn't. Yeah, she'll move forward
Okay,
25
before you move
feet.
to there, I need to make a strength saving throw, please.
Okay.
Sticky mud.
Fantastic,
Ooh.
yeah, you can move to the next one, fine.
Alright, and then she's just gonna wail on it with the granny stick.
You've already used your action for...
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Alright, so then we're just standing there.
Okay. Do you want to move back to where you were if you knew you'd used your action?
Yeah, I miscalculated
Yeah,
due to the
that's fine.
confusion of the microphone in the middle of everything.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's fine.
so we'll just...
Okay.
We're good.
Sogag.
You see Sogeg's eyes blaze bright, sheer anger.
Well, before you do that,
No one steals my stuff.
I need Pogeg to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Pogeg's made this easy. He's in very low rolls.
Very low rolls.
Unfortunate.
He would take 16 points of bludgeoning damage as he is
16.
tied within the vines. He is currently also blinded, restrained, and unable to breathe.
Can I still restrain? Can I still bite?
That's a good question. I believe you can, but it would be a disadvantage.
Would it be a normal? Would it be just normal?
Normal because it's Verifier, yeah.
As I am going to then do Pogeg first, is I'm going to try and bite my way out of this mess. With a cheeky bite 1 and a cheeky bite number 2.
Okay, bite number 1 connects. Bite number 2 does not.
As from within the Shambling Mound, I throw dirt in his eyes. If that does anything. Sogeg, however, takes great displeasure at this, as I am going to just
Okay,
charge.
what I'll say is it doesn't have eyes.
Yes. It's also inside it, I think, at the moment.
This is also fairly inside it, yes.
I am going to make a running leap with Sogeg, though, so I'm going to run here and hop.
Okay.
Actually, one sec. Oh, well, I've already done it. It's like, forget it. Sogeg's actually going to attempt to move one back. He made his show of aggression. Now we'll attempt
Make
to
a
move.
strength saving throw,
Yes.
please.
We'll attempt to. Wow, I
Nope,
cannot roll.
legs are stuck.
That's fine.
Your movement speed is now reduced to 0.
That was not me getting stuck. That was me realizing that I don't want to have an attack of opportunity. As I will stab it nearby with my Zeiston at normal.
It'll be at normal because of Fairy Fire.
Hiya!
That will connect.
I hide behind my shield. That is my turn. I have no... One sec. Oh, sorry. Very quick. Yeah, I have literally nothing left.
Okay. Well, it is going to focus on the only thing it can fit inside itself on top of Bogag. It didn't make it because you've not moved yet, so you aren't considered restrained. So okay, so it'd be attacking at normal. So both of these would be going against Sulk. Oh.
Ooh. It can roll well.
Something tells me they hit.
Oh, what? Come on, roll 20. Why are you doing this to me? Right, let's try that again.
That's like
nothing, right?
That's another stick at the shot. That means he does no damage.
I'm taking nothing here.
Yeah.
There we go. 15 bludgeoning and 19 bludgeoning.
Word.
Oh my god.
What is this?
Wow, that rolled high.
Hang on. Maths is hard.
And if both attacks hit,
34.
That is my total HP, not what I'm currently at.
fantastic. You are now inside the Shambling Mound.
We need to kill the Shambling Mound very quickly. Rescue operation.
Well, I whacked it with an axe.
Hey, it's ripped you out of the mud. That helps.
Ooh, would this make a difference?
You can move again. I don't have any.
Okay.
I can't heal you either at the moment. It's a nightmare.
19. Oh, I can save myself here.
Can you save yourself?
Shield.
Oh,
You can save
protect myself
yourself
from
from
what?
one of those,
Very nice.
which will stop it from being able to absorb you as well, because both need to hit.
very nice.
So I assume, would shield be enough though? Because it gives you a +5 to your AC, which would make it 21, and it got a 26 and a 22.
Oh, I read
We're
the
looking at the second
19.
ones.
Took the first rolls,
Back
but
in
the
the
second
mound you
damage
go.
didn't go.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah, back in the mound.
Okay.
Get you, Zolk.
Nadrin.
I am going to. Oh. Okay. I'm trying to ice knife.
Okay. That would hit Zolk and Pogeg.
Ah, shit. Okay, never mind. Let's go for a
Pogeg could
magic
take it.
missile. Ah,
Magic Missile's a classic.
let's go for magic missile.
You can't
It's
fuck up
asking
a
me
magic
about
missile.
The
Well, you
thing as
kind
well,
of can. Oh, but you don't. Ooh.
So, are you casting at level 1 or level 2?
so, level 1. I
So
think I
roll
need to
2 more
roll it
times,
Just
yeah.
3,
more
isn't it?
times anyway.
Yeah, 2 more times.
It's doing the asking me to.
Yes.
Ooh,
So if
some
you,
good rolls.
again, that's what Meanie said, if you go to settings, your cog, and change to whisper toggle. I don't know why it's changed
Yeah,
back to
Jason's come over to help because I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay, solid 12
Thank you.
damage.
Okay, that's fixed.
Do you want to move your... Did you want to get picked up by the wind at all?
I will go that way.
Okay. Any movement or anything like
I think I'm gonna stay here.
that? Okay. Dios, it is your turn.
Bodycop weapon.
Body cut
And-
weapon. Where did I put the body cut weapon? Fire arrow. There you go.
That'll do. And bodycop
control
weapon.
by.
It would actually sport it. Yeah. Cool. Bodycop weapon takes a swing at the green thing.
Makes it swing.
Bodycop weapon.
What damage
It's
is it
very
doing?
green.
Force. Ooh,
At least someone can roll well.
spicy. Solid
Shouldn't
6
be
force damage.
force. It shouldn't be force. It should be divine. Oh, sorry, radiant. I don't know why it says force, but
Yeah, well,
I'll
no,
check.
no.
1 second. Oh, it is force damage. There you go.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
it's
6 points.
Okay,
And I don't have bless, so ignore that for.
that's fine.
I need to turn that off.
I think a 24 would have hit anyway.
No, just turn bless off. And then I am also going to cast Sacred Flame.
Okay.
Needs a dex save.
Nope.
Takes 4 points of radiant.
4 points of radiant.
Nice.
Oh, your spiritual weapon would have been an advantage, wouldn't it? Because of
Would've.
fairy fire.
I will take another swing.
Just in case you get a crit.
Handiest fairies have ever been.
No.
Worth a try, though. But that's it
Indeed.
for Dios. It might take another couple of steps back, just in case.
Okay. Zolk, I need you to make a death saving throw.
You're just gonna hear Gargle wriggles.
That's a save.
Doing they okay?
That is a save. I also need you to make a constitution saving throw, please.
Oh,
Ooh.
Okay, well done. As it doesn't manage to continue crushing you, so you don't even, you've not failed any.
Does he get spat out?
Not quite. He needs to actually rip himself out, or someone else needs to rip him out.
I'm gonna rip him out.
Okay, Scott,
We need to rip him
it
out.
is your turn.
Okay. She's gonna run over to here and reach into her shirt for her bonus action. And she's gonna use improvised weapon.
So, what are you pulling out your shirt?
A piece of cloth with a patch of dry. I had to ball that up real hard.
Yeah, you just
What did you
scrunch
pick
it
up a rock?
Yeah. You wrap it in a rock, hoping for the best. But sure enough, you'd actually be at advantage with that as well. So if you want to roll the improvised weapon again, just in case you get a crit. Okay, so 5 points of bludgeoning. Okay. Anything else?
No, she knows she won't be that much help if she gets like absorbed into the vines. So
Treat from the inside out.
yeah,
That is
that
reasonable.
would be the end of her turn.
Okay, so Geg, I need Pogeg to make their Constitution saving throw, please.
Please, Pogeg. At advantage because of Zolt's mighty sacrifice. I can't roll bad twice. Yes!
Yeah, it's on saving throw. So yeah, it does not continue to get crushed. It's still considered blinded, restrained, and unable to breathe.
Then I'm still gonna
Right.
bite it from the inside. With a mighty hiss, I wriggle my way deeper. Ooh!
It will
I'm
still
gonna-
be
sorry,
neutral. Yeah.
Yeah, still neutral. And those are
Oh,
two
those are actual
solid.
hits. It's a good thing you wriggled in
solid,
deeper.
good Pogeg.
So that's what.
As I throw more dirt in your invisible eyes. And Sogeg is going to attempt to move. Strength saving throw, was it?
So it needs to. So Sogeg, yeah, strength saving.
Oh, sorry,
throw.
yeah. Oh, yeah, crosswise there. Yeah, that'll be end of Pogeg's, and Sogeg's going to attempt to move this way.
Strength saving throw.
Come on.
Nope.
I attempt to make my way round to Zolk. I'm going to sort of attempt to poke at its top right of it, trying to poke a hole for Zolk to crawl out of.
Okay.
As I jab with my mighty Zeiston.
You can certainly try.
Hiya!
That misses.
Oh.
But you would be at advantage. Oh, no, you wouldn't. You're at disadvantage because you're restrained because of the mud. So, yeah. Oh, and you're disadvantaged because it's his ice on you too close.
He is.
That misses.
Then I don't have anything to do. I end my turn. Hide behind my shield.
Okay. So it is going to attempt to slam into Sogeg as it's currently trying to digest the other two.
Can it break my mighty?
Yes, it can.
I've been crit. So
Holy
26
shit!
points of damage.
And that's exactly what it should be. Yeah, 26 points of bludgeoning damage. Jesus.
Slightly knocked back out of the mud. I take it with ease.
Okay, Nadrin.
I am going to cast this on Sogeg.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I might have to move a bit.
Embiggen me.
Reach.
Yeah, she's actually reduce.
Oh, no.
You're
Traitor.
you're embiggening Sogeg. Okay.
Yeah, I will enlarge Sogeg. And I'm
Jesus
gonna
Christ.
get
He
one back.
does. Yeah, he does get advantage on strength checks and saving throws while he's bigger. So.
And I'm gonna go back to where I was.
Oh, that's the wrong slash. You get the idea.
So I am now concentrating on that. How do I do the thing again? Is it this? Yes, it is. Oh, yeah. What have I done? That for concentrating. I don't know. It's pink for concentrating.
Yeah, that's
now.
fine. I tend to use orange, but that's whichever one makes sense for yourself.
I just picked one.
Yeah, pick one, which looks cool. Dios, it is your turn.
Can I see the idiot rat?
Just about. He is very much bound within vines, but he is not in total cover.
Cool. Yep, he's in range. I'll use my bonus action to cast Healing Word on him.
How delightful. How very polite of you.
Yes, yes. I must. 5 points.
5
But
points of
he's
healing.
no longer out for the count. And then my actual action will be another Sacred Flame.
Okay. Going for a Sacred Flame, you're not going for a... Oh, that reminds me, you wouldn't be able to have your Divine Weapon up as well as Fairy Fire.
Spiritual Weapon isn't concentration.
Isn't it?
It is not.
What bullshit is that?
Cleric bullshit.
That is some cleric bullshit.
That's why I used it.
How is it not concentration?
Because it's its own thing. It's just chilling out.
That is glorious bullshit.
Come on, dude. It's me.
I know. I'm just like, what the shit? What? Because no concentration. Just gets to last for a minute. Just hey, go fuck yourself. There's a weapon now.
Yep. Right, it's called the
Pretty
Buddy
heavy.
Cop.
Fucking hell.
But there's the deck save.
Yeah, no chance.
They are really bad at deck.
Yeah. Considering they only have a -1 to it, I'm surprised that they're rolling high for everything else. That's the thing.
Like,
Okay.
I will fade back into the glorious bushes of cleric bullshit.
Okay, Zulk, you are no longer dying, but you are very much still blinded, restrained, and choking to death. So I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
Very well.
Even you.
That's
Ooh.
enough. You managed to resist its tightening vines and their crushing grasp. You're still blinded, restrained, and unable to breathe.
That doesn't mean I can't flail with an axe.
It does. It would
No.
it would mean it's at disadvantage.
Is that cancelled out by the fairy fire?
It would be cancelled out by the fairy fire.
You can't dim the disco lights.
That's fair.
They shine bright.
I'm gonna flail.
That's gonna miss.
Flailing.
You don't want to live
even
so
useful. No, I got nothing else that's useful. I'm chilling.
Okay. Scats.
All right. Hmm? Let's bean it again. All right, so she's
Bean it
gonna
again.
use her a wooden statuette of a 3-headed goat. All right.
Oh no!
What?
The second one that you rolled.
Oh no, I didn't mean to click it again. Oh no.
Do you
Hold
almost
on. What?
the
Well,
elf woman?
Thankfully,
why
you've
did
just
it
pulled out the
click
first
though?
one. You can actually roll it twice
Yeah.
and pick the one you want because of your epithet, but
Oh god. I stuffed the elf back in hurriedly.
Oh!
Oh
yeah. So the two options were a wooden statuette of a 3-headed goat, or a very hungover elf still bruised from being collected.
Not the elf. Throw it.
And she's just going back in.
Just shove her back down.
It's that or throwing her at a shambling mass of vines. Alright.
But sure enough, you'd be at advantage for this.
Oh. Alright. Wait, why am I at advantage?
Because
Disco
of
Mound.
fairy fire.
Oh, okay. I'm like, I'm not
Mound.
raging. I'm not doing the reckless attack.
Oh, a solid
Alright.
12 points of bludgeoning damage. If you bean it with a wooden statuette.
Give me back my rat friend! Ah.
Anything else?
She's gonna go a little bit closer, but not too close. And I'll end my
Okay.
turn.
Sogeg,
Again,
I
it's
need
okay.
Pogeg to make a Constitution saving throw. This time not at advantage because Zolk's not dying anymore.
Damn. Come on, Pogeg. Pogeg.
Nope.
You let me down, Pogeg.
So it takes 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ooh, take one more of those. It's Pogeg. Is he restrained again?
He is still blinded, restrained, and unable to breathe.
And Pogeg's just going to bite again from inside. All magical damage, you will remember. And throw a bit more dirt. For good measure.
It's definitely making a difference, that dirt.
It is. It's making it nasty inside. It's weird.
It's
The power.
definitely losing consistency. I'll put it that way.
The magical power of being big. Sogeg's gonna attempt to move.
Okay, with advantage.
Come
Strength saving
on,
throw.
I can't.
Nope,
Wow.
you are still stuck in the
Ow.
mud. You're heavier
sheer
now, and now you're
anger.
pushing further into the mud.
I'm just sort of trying to lean my way into the great Shambling Mound now. Just I'm that pissed off. I'm just going to try and tear it out.
You
I
could
will
always
have my
sting it,
Pogeg back. I'm
and that would
tempted.
actually be at advantage.
Thing is, I just feel like stinging it is somehow going to have it's going to have immunity to a paralyze. Can you paralyze a Shambling Mound?
Who knows?
You paralyze
There's
a
only
tree?
one way to find out.
We're finding out as I'm just going to sheer rage, just put my pike down in the sticky mud and sting it. Oh, got a crit.
Fucking hell.
Get it done.
Fucking hell. Okay, so first of all,
Cheeky.
it does manage to resist being paralysed. As yes, you can paralyse a Shambling Mound, but it's not going to make a fucking blind bit of difference as you sting it right in the face, or the face-like shape of these vines. And as you pump your toxic poisons within it, it just disintegrates.
Yes. I just rip through the shambling pile of mound, and I just scream out an offering to Mogis. And I just wipe its goodness all over me helmety face, and hug little Pogeg. Pogeg.
Very little
Actually, I
Pogeg at the
can't do
moment. Yes, you are still stuck in quite deep mud. So.
The power of big did not betray me.
Okay. So the whelks aren't really paying much attention. They're still munching away at the algae on the sides. It's up to you whether you want to start stabbing them for whatever shiny things they've got in their shells. That's why I've kept the turn order for now. Otherwise, it's a case of ripping yourself out of there.
So damn lucky.
That one is still disco.
It is still disco.
Leaving that. Can Pogeg attempt to move? I feel like a snake spirit slithering over mud.
He can attempt to move. They need to make a strength saving throw.
For God's sake! Help! I can't move.
And you're definitely sinking. The more you fail, the harder it is to escape.
Can I reach Pogeg from here?
Yes, you would be able to at the very least get your spear over to him.
Hop on.
As he would-
Sogeg Zolk, grab onto my mighty spear. I'll pull you out of this. So I will use the power of might to get through this great challenge.
Okay, so make a strength saving throw at advantage to try and pull the two out.
Put my hands together. I'm ready to be disappointed. Oh,
That's going to be enough to pull them both out. So they're currently on
Hey.
the stick and are able to get to the other side without issue.
get on my back, Pogeg.
Or at least onto your back. Now, getting yourself out is going to be a little bit more difficult. So, another strength saving throw. At advantage.
Power. The power of sheer rage. I will wrench my way out of this problem.
And sure enough, you
Yes.
rage yourself free of the mud.
Sogeg's just in the corner over here, just screaming at the sky. I will let everyone else do what they're doing. I'm just screaming at the sky.
Now, do you know you're staying concentrated on Giant Sogeg, or you're going to let it drop?
I'm gonna let it drop.
So, as you scream, you hear his voice go up in pitch slightly as he shrinks back down.
So about that rest we didn't have. Now might be a good time.
I'm not gonna lie. I think Sogeg's been crit about 5 times in the last 2 sessions.
It's a good thing we're not doing the crit gives you a level of exhaustion. Otherwise,
Oh god,
uh,
a bit woozy. I mean, here seems like a nice place to sleep. I've got to be honest.
okay. So, is there anything else you would like to do in this bit of swampland with these whelks, or are you moving on?
I don't trust these whelks.
Are the snails threatening us?
They're not. They're quite happily grazing. There are shiny things inside the sticky shells, but aside from that,
Like, would they leave us alone if we took a rest here to leave the poor eelhound in the mud? Would that moisturize him, or does he need like full on liquid?
I think he needs water.
yeah, he needs water to breathe in.
Okay, all right.
Been in
That's
this
a
mud
long
long
spa
enough.
day, that is.
It
Having
definitely
got-
felt like death mud. I got to be honest. It
Hoist
did
him
not.
back up.
Didn't feel like
Be
good
this
mud.
little eel Bjorn.
I mean, my vote's to go back to the Death Temple.
A safer place than this.
Yeah, a nap next to the portal to hell sounds pretty warm.
Nice.
Nice and toasty.
Exactly. The gentle screams to sing you a lullaby. I mean, the next area can't be dangerous like this, so surely we're safe to go on.
Surely I wouldn't throw another dangerous encounter at you.
Surely.
Well, I'll throw a drunk elf at it.
Here.
So, are you moving on from here? Are you following the road along, or are you doubling back?
Listen, the
Onward.
mighty troop of Dios does never doubles back. That is to question ourselves, and we don't question the will of the gods. Master of Stories.
Reasonable. So,
I'm very scared.
you press further on. And I need to read a bit now at this point. So, as
I
you
don't trust
continue
dynamic.
along the Guardian Way, the weather becomes more and more overcast. And before long, the light of the sun is hidden behind heavy clouds, casting the land in an unsettlingly grey shadow. As the tree line breaks, a small village sort of peeks out. But something feels off. The colour of its buildings seems muted. The few people walking the streets seem to stagger listlessly. And on a small signpost off a dirt offshoot from the Guardian Way, it reads, Lopus, Cetessan Outpost.
Outpost means buildings, buildings means people, people means somewhere for us to sleep.
Yep.
And I
Right.
shall
With that.
walk purposefully, gracefully, ish.
So you strided, purposeful and graceful. The town itself, or the small village itself, feeling quite almost lifeless. There's very much people here. You can see them wandering about. The people directly in front of you are dressed in armour. But there is this sort of uncomfortable silence about the place.
Okay. Are these town guards?
By the look of it, yes.
Okay, I'll stride up to them personally, gracefully. I say, glory of the day to you, sirs. I was wondering if you could lend us a bit of guidance.
So you see the two town guardswomen are an Eladrin and a Hecaton Goliath. So one of them is sort of a brownish elf covered in, I guess the best way is they look like autumn personified. And the other is a 7-foot tall giant with 4 arms.
And how does they call themselves a hecaton?
Because they're descendants from Hecatonchires, apparently, which are the 100-handed ones.
I think we should gloat and put them down for only having 4 arms.
So they sort of cock their eye at each other, lean across towards Guts and Nadrin. Do these males speak for you?
I guess.
Theos sees the way that this conversation's going, and he'll do his usual raise his eyebrow, and he'll step back.
Wise.
I know when not to trifle with
You
this.
don't fuck with the matriarchy.
Yeah, they're with me. She waves happily at them.
It is unusual to see visitors in Lopus. Why the hell if you're here?
We are on a path of our lion companion. She gestures at Dios.
You mean you follow the men in your pot? That feels weird. What are you doing?
We
I listen to him sometimes.
we kind of came to an agreement in a way. And that boy over here wants to go to Satessa, so that's where we're...
I
Oh.
pipe up then, and I'll just shout. Actually, there is rumor of something pretty nasty around here that I would very much like the head of. Maybe you've heard of it. The Eater of Hope.
It is strange of you to want to go to Satessa. We will be happy to escort you to if you wish. Your menfolk need to be kept on a shorter leash, though. Different cultural boundaries, you know. They're welcome in the marketplace, but the temples and the village, that's not okay. Whereas you will, of course, be welcomed, as we should be. They seem to be actively ignoring you, Diaz.
Okay.
How rude.
Yeah, they are
That is
very
something.
clearly both Setessan hoplites. They are part of the Setessan military. They're in full garb. And from... You can make a history check for more information, but it's... If you were to associate the three major polis of Theros with anything, Akros is Sparta, Miletus is Athens, and Setessa is Amazons. Whereas
24.
yeah, okay. Fucking hell, okay. So you would know Setessa is very much a matriarchal society. Their leader is considered Karametra, the actual goddess herself, and has a council of, I believe, 12 mortal followers who speak and act on her behalf. It is a very rigidly sort of divided by gender settlement where actual native Setessan men tend to live on more outskirts and more menial labour, whereas the women tend to be their military and sort of political branch of things. The only place where they're very sort of private, except for their market, which is one of the biggest markets in Theros, if not the biggest market in Theros, where there's a lot of trade from a lot of different aspects, where they will allow foreigners to come in without issue.
Okay then.
So this kind of behaviour is normal for Tessa, but not so much for the rest of Theros.
Is there somewhere we can have a nap around here? I nudge Nadrin and say, if you want, find somewhere to sleep. I'll have a good time to
a chance that there's anywhere around here that we could sleep for the night? All of us.
If you are looking to stay for some strange reason, Zigon, you're standing by his innkeep, the summer hold. You're welcome to probably spend the night there if you speak to him. Otherwise, yes, we can help lead you to Setessa. but it is a good few days' journey.
I-
So it's this building here.
I just push my way in. Don't even say goodbye to them. They want to ignore me, I'll ignore them. I come into the corridor. I don't see anybody, which is odd. I'll just poke my head into the
Yeah,
room.
entered the wrong side, to be perfectly honest. Yeah. So yeah, this would be the main sort of waiting and bar area, whereas behind you is where the sleeping areas would be.
I shall wander in and pull up a pew.
I'd like to attempt something a bit bold. I'm just going to walk up to here.
So
And I
think,
feel
in
like-
fact, I'm going to.
Sogeg's sensible enough to, I've been in,
Yes.
I've held my position of privilege. I know the royals and how they do it, and I'll just go for a deep bow towards the Cetessan guards in understanding, and I'm just going to mutter out that Mogis looks well on those who have the strength to lead, and I'm going to attempt to use my will of the people, mostly because I've not used it yet.
Okay. Roll a d100.
Let's see if they listen to me. I suspect they're just going to ignore me.
They don't recognize you at all. The way you're acting may be the typical procession for nobles from Akros, but for Cetessa, it's not accurate. So they're quite focused on having their conversation with Gads and Nadrin, and just sort of. They very clearly don't want to be here. They are assigned guard duty and don't want to. So they're just sort of waiting for their term to end where they can swap out with the next set of guards.
I respect it. I just yell into the inn and just say, Nadrin, you don't by any chance have another one of those enlarged reducers, do you?
You would be able to squeeze your way in so long as where you end up is big enough to fit you.
Oi!
I have one more.
Oh, I just about... I can put one claw into the bed, so I think that's fine.
Oh no.
Half of my body can sleep. Ah. I hope I just don't break the bed. It's the only thing.
Or you could let Pogeg have the bed.
Pogeg has his bed.
There is a stable further down if you really want.
You insult the rightful 12th heir to the throne of Akros. You just hear lots of scuttling and what sounds like breaking sort of like chairs and woodery inside this room as I'm trying to find a nice
definitely a room
comfy
you've
spot.
not paid for yet. Or...
We've not even paid yet.
Flick a coin out of the door.
It embeds itself in the wall.
Okay, so Dios and basically everybody other than Sogeg breaking a room. You're into the small tavern, or at least sort of tavern front end of this small. An inn is an overstatement. It's a large house that has been converted more than anything else. There are only two other people here that are very clearly here to drink or to rest, and there's obviously the one that seems to be the barkeep. One just in normal commoner's clothes over here. One in quite weather-worn panoply armour to the side of you here, and the innkeep, a fellow Leonin.
I will walk up to him and say to him, blessings of the day to you, brother, in Leonin.
He takes a pause for a moment before responding in Leonin. Well, howdy. It's been a long time since I've heard my old native language. What pride are you from?
Dios looks extremely bashful at that question, as he says, to you, you most would consider me prideless. I belong to the the glorious pride of Heliod.
That you don't suppose you were referred to by the Plains Guards?
Dios widens at that, says, yes. How did you know?
Because that fucking drunk has been calling me Dios for years.
Okay. Well, I am actually Dios.
That explains
Show
a
me.
lot.
Show me who this is, please.
He's out preaching his word of how we're all gonna fucking die or something. Creethon. He owes me a shit ton. You better get him to pay his tab.
Do I know Creethon?
It's a name that definitely flags as it is one of the priests you would have travelled with in your youth.
I just sort of shake my head and go, that old man is going to be the death of me. All right. I'll deal with him shortly. Listen, myself and my travelling companions, we're a bit beat up. We could really use a rest. How much for 5 or 6 rooms?
We'll have to make do with what I've got. We don't tend to get visitors out here all that often. It'd be a single gold coin a night per person, if that's alright. I can't really cover room and or cover board with that. If you need food, you need to go and talk to Frankos.
That sounds perfectly reasonable, and I will put down 6 gold in front of him.
He gathers it up. If y'all need anything to drink, we do have some wine. It's not great, but it helps you forget about how worthless everything is. So,
Thankfully, I don't drink. I am sober.
indeed you are.
Yes, I am. I will just say, water will do fine. But first, I need to go deal with this idiot. What was his name again? Is it Krythos?
Creethon. So
Creethon.
His name's Creethon Plains Guide. That in the chat.
Cool. I will have a wander outside and I just start walking the streets. If the guards give me any trouble, I'll talk to them. I don't fancy fighting them. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'll walk around them.
Yeah, they're more likely to just ignore you more than anything else, as long as you're not actively trying to kill anything. They don't really care.
Do I hear the sounds of a drunken idiot shouting the apocalypse?
Yes, that's almost word for word of what you hear. As you see an old man, well past his prime, preaching at the base of a statue of, it seems to have been a god, but it is very heavily weather worn and overgrown and damaged. Whether it's still considered sacred, you're not entirely sure, but that seems to be where he's making his point. As he is just screaming and yelling at these people that you're not entirely sure are listening to him because they also believe in this doomsaying, or are sort of here to laugh at the local idiot or the local drunk.
I'll walk up. I'll just walk straight up to him. I won't even announce myself. And I will put a very heavy set paw on his left shoulder and just say, Krethos, we've talked about this. You can't be saying these things in public.
Yeah, get me another drink. The gods have fucked off. They sent me a... I need a drink.
I just turn to him and look him square in the eyes and say, Krethon, no, we have talked about this. And I'll just grip his shoulders ever so tightly. And I will use my last second level spell slot for lesser restoration to try and sober the idiot up.
As he sobers up and he's able to actually maintain Eye contact is a bit of a stretch because as his eyes come into focus, they are milk white.
What happened to your vision, brother?
Is that actually?
It's me.
I don't want to believe. Years I worked in his service. Years sharing his light, and he took my eyes. The last thing he showed me was here. That I was to come here. And I thought, I'm going to save them. It's going to be the last thing I do. I will save them. But as I'm here, I realise that no. He sent me here because he abandoned me. He's punished me.
You know that cannot be true. The Dawn Lord loves us. The only reason you're still here is that you haven't figured out the purpose for you being here yet. Our Dawn Lord is wonderful, but cryptic. You know this.
He sort of stares blankly, sort of in the direction of where he assumes you're standing, and considering you've got your hands on his, it's considering you've got your hands on his shoulders. It's quite close. It's not 100% accurate, but it's close. Dios, boy, all is lost. The lights have gone, and there is no hope left.
Stand strong, brother. There is always hope. Believe me, the light still crawls across the sky, pulled by the chariot of Heliod himself. I've seen it. Stand strong. Always have hope. Come, follow me. I have a room at the inn. Perhaps we could get some food in you, and maybe together we can work out your purpose for being here. And perhaps I can help.
You owe me another drink. He shoves past you heading towards the inn.
No, the only drink you're getting out of me, brother, is water. And I follow.
You were strangely adept at getting back to the inn.
Oh, he knows where the bar is.
Oh, yeah, it's his second home.
Can
It's
I
his
just
actual
walk
home more than anything else.
I'll walk up to the barkeep and I'll just ask him in Leonin. No alcohol, no shitty wine, just water for Creathon.
Can you get him to stop calling me Dios, at least?
Well, if you can keep him sober, then yes. Because I'm Dios, so hopefully
I'll take your word for it.
I'll do my best, sir.
So, while this is going on, what's everybody else doing? Are you exploring the little village at all, or are you just sleeping off your little adventures?
I want to go know what's going on with this lake and why it's green.
Because it's gross. It's full of moss and swamp. Do you mean you've just walked past a swamp?
Point. Alright, that. Never mind.
I don't know what you wanted from that.
I don't know.
It's a mossy.
Why is the swamp water green? It's like, cause it's fucking swamp water. What do you want?
I'm on a roll today for really bad questions, I'm sorry.
You want 3 for 3?
There are no bad questions, only bad answers.
Yeah, no stupid questions, only stupid people.
While
Arrow.
while all the shenanigans of sobering up happened, could I just I'd have walked up to the innkeep and just asked fairly bluntly, do you slaughter your own meat here?
I don't. Frankos does.
Tell me, where is Frankos?
He gestures out the door. Just follow the smell.
How sort of pristine does this innkeep look? Is he well coiffured?
No.
Oh, good.
It is quite ragged. You can tell he's not been eating, or at least not been eating very well lately.
Ooh.
Enough to survive, but not.
Is he scarred at all?
He's seen his days. He's definitely in the latter end of his life.
And I'll just slam a box of rations onto the innkeep's thing and say it's wrong to see a fighter be so frail. Yeah, that's sort of
I
not to serve
appreciate.
yourself, but eventually grow up.
I appreciate the offer. I've been having enough meat from Frankos. Thank you very much.
I already left. I won't see a fighter be meek. Not as Sogeg being nice to him, more as just it's a bit of a vile thing to see.
What I will say, if you did go into the main inn, you would have instantly recognised the other person in the room, also in a Crowan panoply armour.
Oh, this fella.
Yes.
Save that for later.
Save that for later. Fair enough.
Now I'm looking for what's his name?
Frankos.
Frankos, sorry. A sniff. Where does my nose lead me?
It would lead you over to whatever's cooking over here.
Oh, sorry, I just touched me toe. Yay! I was hoping it was that fella. Oh, Frankos. You and me are going to be best friends.
So, you come up to a very large ogre butchering a very old piece of meat and dropping it into a large bubbling cauldron. And he is very much savouring, making sure he's adding in the right ingredients. They don't look the nicest of ingredients, but you're no chef yourself, so you can't really tell.
Smells.
It is. It smells strong. Edible is a different question.
Does Frankos look like... Is he doing this like a mindless drone? Does he almost look like he's sort of a chef at his work?
He's having fun. You can tell he's having fun.
I just walk up to him then, still making an exaggerated sniffing noise. I go, "This smells delicious. Are you the fine chef here?"
How's it going, Dud? You wanting something to eat?
I get the sense of his tone, and I'll offer out a hand as to, sort of in the sort of craned thing, essentially asking for, a hand-slapping greeting.
He does reach out and grab your hand quite tight.
I try and move it in a sign of strength. I'm trying to
Okay. Go ahead and make an athletics check.
I believe in me. I believe in me. Athletics. Oh.
Okay.
Praise the dice gods.
So it will also need to crit to be able to beat. So
I want it to. A sign of two titans.
Not quite.
Almost.
Almost. It got close.
Close.
As it grabs onto your arm, and you do meet it pound for pound. A pretty good arm you got there, Dud. You want to meet? And he pulls up to a normal-sized person, it would be an entire half of what you could only assume to be some kind of goat or sheep, but he's holding it as if it's a drumstick and offering to you.
I will grab the meat stick and eat it, a good chunk off it.
Make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Come on, Sogeg. Believe in you.
Okay. It's very strong in whatever it's seasoned with. Kind of a mix between smoky flavours and rot. Like it's been left out for a bit too long. But once you get past the outer layers of grime, there's some good eats in there.
So stifling a bit of throw up, I say to him, "You may not have strength, but you are a damn good cook. but it's missing something, Frankos. It's missing something.
What do you think
Tell
is missing, dude?
Show me the bloodied carcass you got this from.
I mean, it's in your hand, dude. You're eating it.
Where's the rest of it? Got any more?
I was eating it. But dude, that's hungry. I ate it.
I mean, I respect that. Seeing, is there any blood in this bone? Sort of getting that I'm not going to get anywhere with Frankos. He's not helping me in my ways. I just inspect my great meat stick. Is it bloodied at all inside, past the rot?
It is quite raw, so yes.
Yes. Then I just say, Frankos, when you get big and strong like me, come find me. I've got use for warriors like yourself. I'm just going to wander.
I was just a cook, dude. I like cook. I like to go and kill me things, and I rip them apart, and I put them in the stew. And these weak-willed fucking small folk can't handle it, but I feed them anyway.
Grasp him by the cheeks in an embrace. I say, Frankos.
Which cheeks? Yeah.
Mogis. Either or. I grab all of them. I've got enough arms, hell. And I whisper to every part. Say, Frankos. Mogis doesn't like the weak either. He lets you kill all you want, and you can eat all the meats you ever want.
Ah, Mogis is here. And he slaps his gut, and it jiggles quite happily. He tells me to eat, and I eat them all, dude. I eat it all, dude.
A tear
really
welling
like
his
it. It's
eye at the sight of Mogis. He's just so happy. He just says, bless you, Frankos. As more importantly, as I've got my own shit to deal with, I put down my meat stick by the tree and I let Pogeg just feast into it, very specifically nestling in the blood. Getting all the blood on him as possible.
Okay. Whether that's something that would work is you'll have to find out later.
I pray. As I guess I'll carry Pogeg in a meat stick at the moment, and I'll wander. I'll wander around.
It's actually half a goat.
I'll let someone else do something.
I was going to say, yeah. Is anyone else doing this or anything like this while?
The eel.
Yeah. Is the barkeep still busy with Dios?
Not really. No.
No, I'm busy trying to keep the idiot relatively sober. It's hard work.
You've got some practice dealing with idiots, though. So
I do have practice dealing with idiot.
Okay. I'm gonna go over to the barkeep, and I'd like Skirts to come over with me with our little baby eel.
okay, make sure that's there.
Spitz walks over. His head's just lolling. His feet like do a little jangle every time he walks. Or she takes a
That's so
step.
dangly.
So,
Howdy.
anywhere we can take a bath? Do you have a bathtub or something?
The closest I can think of is maybe Frankos's pot or some of the water feeds for the horses. But other than that, it's not exactly our highest priority. Maybe the what's his name? Maybe Alchemeos may have one. He's the type of sorts to need a bathtub. You know what I mean?
I mean, I just need a bathtub for my eel hound here. He is not doing so hot.
Definitely keep him away from Frankos if you ain't looking for food.
I do not want to eat him.
You may not, but other people in this little village may do.
Okay. Who's this person that might have a bathtub?
Alchemaeus. He's well, he believes himself to be the mayor, the leader of this here Lopus. But he's just a piece of work. Lives over in the top building up here. He points it that way. He might have something for you, but it'll cost. He's well, silver spoon is the type of term I'd use. Otherwise, you got the same resource of water that we all do, which is making do with what we can do with these sources here. Not the nicest place to live in a swamp, but thanks to Frankos and his let's call it cooking techniques, we've stayed alive at the very least.
It sounds like you need a real chef meal.
Uh,
I don't have any cookies, or I'd give you one. Sorry, bro.
It's more that we kind of need our crops to start growing up again, but as the old man says, gods have completely abandoned Lopus. And that's kind of the point. We're all just here to wait until the end.
Well, have you tried anything to talk to Karametra? Like, there was this Catablepus. Never mind. Have you talked to her?
My little darling Trizzle certainly tried. And let's just say that didn't pan out quite well. And I'd rather leave it about there, if that's okay with you.
Fair enough.
Look, we don't typically have outsider folk come through here, so I can understand that the overbearing melancholy might be a bit much. But that's just how things do in Lopus. Ever since the crop started dying, everybody's just here to wait it out. Wait till the end.
What do you do for fun?
Sleep and wait for the next day. Pray for death.
You don't make anything?
I used to, but maybe make a little wine from here to time, but depends on if we can get any ingredients for it. The stuff that comes out of the land further south ain't exactly the most kind to life.
God's abandoning people is more Dios's realm of knowledge. Dios.
If you don't mind my interjection, how long have you lost your will to do much for?
Well, ever since I lost Trizzle, that's about the long and short of it for myself.
Drizzle?
My darling departed, as I mentioned before.
Oh, yes.
You ever tried just digging her up and reanimate her? Not a solution, man. This Barky's busy.
Has there been any other goings on, like other people no longer wanting to do their things?
Well, from what I know, when the crops died, and we just couldn't get any good harvests for multiple years, that kind of pushed most folk to the limits. Those that left, and those that stayed, well, ended up like this.
Did you try watering your crops?
It gives you a cold look.
Look, I had some trial and error growing stuff. Okay.
Is there someone you could point me to find more out about this?
Ask around. To be fair, Each of our little villages have some kind of feeling of giving up. I just think it's bad luck, and as we said, the gods have turned their backs. We've clearly done something. Or whether or not it's just the fact that we were shit out of luck.
Feel I may be able to find a way to help you. I just need more information.
Well, your best sources are likely, as I say, our self-appointed leader, Alchemeos. You've got a Tropis up in Liar's Liar. If you want to, try and buy anything, he's a good easy swindle now that he doesn't give a shit anymore. You've got Creathon if you want to listen to his ramblings. And you've got good old Tamales here. Then he points to the guy sat next to you, face deep in a clay pot of wine. Another one of our many lost causes here. And there's a couple
Where is
others
your
if you do want to wander, but I wouldn't go over prying. But I'm not you. He just sort of keeps staring at you a little bit before sort of pulling his eyes away. Almost wiping his mouth slightly.
Very well.
You are a very injured rat in the face of a very hungry cat, so...
Yeah. Do I rest before we do an investigation or after?
Got a strike while the iron's hot.
Entirely up to you. It also depends on whether or not you think your Leal Hound will survive another night.
Throw him in the pond.
Yeah, there's
fine.
plenty of swamp water there. It might be good. It's thicker.
is water.
It's actually water rather than just pure mud.
You can just dig a hole and fill it with water if you want.
Well, you need a long
Yeah.
rest to be able to fill it with water.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we do.
You can survive 4 levels of exhaustion, don't worry.
Easy.
They're only death spirals at that point, so... It's 6 if you want to be insta-killed by exhaustion.
Yes.
Mm.
Since we're taking a long rest anyway, can we dig a hole and you fill it with water?
Yes and no. You can certainly dig a hole. No, I can't fill it with water.
Why can't you fill it with water?
Because I didn't have that spell prepared.
It would also take
okay.
you multiple uses of the same spell
Yeah.
to fill enough space to completely encapsulate a medium-sized creature.
Yeah, 10
Yeah.
gallons is only like 45 litres. It's not a lot.
Deal with the green water.
Clearly, Heliod's abandoned us.
Nope,
Wasn't
just you.
prepared. I'm just using my extra long reach to offer anyone to bite a goat. Goat? Anyone?
I'll take some
Go.
goat.
You've got it on the. You've just skewered it on the end.
Yes.
Kebab on the end.
It's,
of
just
the
it's strange. It's like sort of vibrating a bit. You can hear it hiss inside.
I'll
Offer a bit of goat.
I'll rip a bit of goat off and see Pogeg in there. I'll just gently stuff him back in. And then...
if you're eating the goat, I need a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Is it
Let's do
poison
it.
at all?
It would be considered poison, I guess.
I get advantage.
For fair thingy. I don't know if it's disease or not because I don't.
It's
I'm
more
immune to
just
disease.
really difficult to eat. But yeah, that'll be enough.
Tasty.
It is very much ogre food.
It's a bit
Very
tough, but
rich in
filling.
flavour to the point where most people's stomachs can't handle it.
it's okay.
Anyone else want some goat? Goat? Anyone?
I am a lion.
I'll pass on the goat.
Also pass on the goat.
I don't know what the locals are complaining about. Delicious.
It's not
Really
bad.
get used to
Bit
it.
rich.
I suppose I'll go bother this guy.
Okay.
looks interesting.
You step yourself into a small shop. Most of the items seeming to just be either caked in dust or just sort of spread out willy-nilly. And you see a satyr, legs up on one chair, just sort of smoking away at some kind of material or some kind of substance, not giving the slightest amount of shit.
Hello, good sir.
Good sirs are for the wrong place, mate.
I mean, I tried to be courteous.
Liar's liar. What do you want?
Well, you seem to also not give a shit about this place. Would you care to tell me about the place as to why?
Because nothing fucking matters at the end of the day. If we all end up just dust, dead in the underworld, it doesn't fucking matter, does it? And he takes a deep inhalation of whatever he's smoking.
As wrong as you are not, do you know what caused this mentality to come about?
Well, when you stop and think about it, it's the only real way to make sense of the world, isn't it? But at the end of the day, no matter what action you fucking take, you're all gonna die. We're all gonna die, and we're all just gonna end up dead and bones and shit. So, who gives a shit? Just enjoy and not enjoy, just fucking... Are you buying something or what?
Tell you what, I will buy something. I would like to buy you.
Oh.
Clearly, you people have some kind of disease.
Don't-
I'd like a test subject.
Don't quite sell those kinds of services, me old mate. Although,
If you don't care, I could
if you were a
test
wee
on you
bit
and see if I can
taller,
help.
maybe.
I need either a willing or unwilling test subject, and I've got no gold.
I'm mighty sure it's no disease, my friend. It's just the fact that nobody cares. We've given up hope. Because why? What's the point in the first place, eh? Just enjoy not enjoying shit anymore, eh?
It's unheard of for so many people to be affected by such a drought of enjoyment at once.
Well, get you with the big fucking language, eh?
I really hate this person.
I love this town. I want to live here.
I will leave him to his dues and come over to Sogeg and whisper, "Can we kidnap the shopkeep?"
I look at him. I give sort of a face scrunching nod. I can be convinced. If you can beat me in an arm wrestle, I hold out a little arm.
Oh,
Cheeky little arm wrestle.
very well.
I need to make a note of Soga get the epithet arm wrestler.
Well, you don't know yet. I might roll a 1.
Well, it's just the fact that you keep fucking doing it.
This is it. You see Sogeg like cracking all of his scorpion limbs. I don't know how many joints a scorpion has. Not been it for very long. Really
This can only go badly for me.
Stay mad, Sogeg. Stay mad. Athletics, is it?
It will be an athletics check. An athletics
Oh,
roll
dear.
off, yeah. Oh, you've got a 7 to beat, Zalt.
Oh my god!
Oh,
Kidnap it on the table.
infused
I just-
by his own devious plan to steal a satyr. Just inspired. Although, Zulk would actually be at disadvantage because of the size difference. Because if something's 2 sizes bigger, you are at disadvantage. And Sogeg would... Oh no, other way around. Fantastic! That's what we like to see.
I just say, you notice Sogek seems to flip over into the dust a bit too vigorously, almost as if a size small shouldn't be able to. Damn. A win's a win, Zolk. Looks like we got to steal people.
Leave the shopkeep alone.
Nothing's wrong with this people. They need a fixing.
You've only talked to a few of them. The rest of them could be super happy.
Seeing that Zolk did beat me in a fair fight, I will offer him victory spoils, as I will also offer once again a bit of goat, if you want.
I'll try it this time, I
A
suppose.
victorious.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Spoils.
Okay. Again, yeah, you with the adrenaline pumping of beating the snot out of Sogeg in an arm wrestling contest, you chow down on that rotten goat meat, and it is gorgeous. It is the greatest thing you've ever eaten. Just from the pure joy of winning.
This Brankos guy's a genius. He just knows how to cook goat carcass.
I'd ask him for more if he wouldn't eat me.
You can always ask him.
I'm
You
staying
never
away
know.
from the man.
It's true.
He's a hungry boy. Depends on what his stomach tells him today.
So how do we go about this?
So, while Zolk and Sogeg are working out how to steal a satyr, what is Dios, Scott, and Nadrin up to? Anyone would like to go first?
I'll go last because I probably need to have a conversation with this old boy.
I am gonna just look to Skirts. Do you have any ideas of what we could do to help poor boy here?
I turn around, look at Nadja, and I just put a dagger on the table.
How rude.
I'll turn around and look at him. And you can have that in your throat if you want.
I just shrug and turn back to
That was
It's
fucking
no
cold.
Bend the dagger so it works like a spade, so she can just go start digging a hole.
Does Good Boy 2 just look like he's hungry?
I think he's called Poor Boy at this point.
Oh, he's Poorly Boy.
He's not been named yet because he's not
He's not yours, yeah.
my
He's-
pet
yeah.
yet. He's not
just-
mine yet. So he's currently just poor boy.
Shout out. Maybe he just needs a good meal. Now slowly extend the goat stick.
I don't think
Can I just
that's a good
Poke
idea.
the goat stick at the mouth of the eel and see what it does.
It sort of, its mouth opens and closes, sort of like it's desperately trying to catch its breath, but not really noticing anything being placed within its mouth.
Just wiggling it against its cheek, just like moving it in a circular motion. Eat it.
So, what's the plan? How are you going to save this dying eelhound?
Dig a hole.
Yeah, but you've got no
Can
water
we
to fill it
try
with.
digging a hole next to the? Because like when there's water and you dig next to it, it will seep through the ground into the hole you dig. So if we dig a hole right next to it, is it like moist enough ground that we could collect enough of it that way?
Do we have any clean cloth as well? So we
yeah,
could like
it's-
filter the
Yeah,
water.
like filter it or
Ooh.
try to. I don't know. It at least wouldn't be straight mud water or the pond.
These big brain thinks.
Just dump it in the green water and hope.
I
Better
think
than nothing,
put 'em in
right?
I think at this point we might just need to risk putting him in the green water and helping him in the morning properly helping him in the morning.
All of
I
you
can
to listen to
remove
my
disease.
ideas.
If he gets disease, I can remove it after a long rest.
Yeah, I think we should put him in maybe one of the smaller ponds. Yeah.
Bucket.
Are you going to check it before you throw him in, or are you just going to let him go in?
Yeah, we'll check it first.
How are you going to check it?
I'll jump in.
I don't think we really can't, though.
Are
I
you
don't
going to
think we
jump
learned
in?
anything by the literal rat disease monster jumping in the water. Yeah, it's fine.
Currently afflicted
Ooh,
with
that's-
anything.
Maybe that's why the crops are dying.
Oh,
The
Check the
water
water.
does look nasty.
Very
It
nasty.
is swamp water.
Maybe they're just really dumb for building a bunch of crops next to a swamp.
Yeah.
Well,
Give him that one.
when you
How-
arrived at the place was called a Cetessan outpost, not so much a village.
Now, not to show Sogeg's mighty brain, but they've all lost hope, and there's a monster called the Eater of Hope. Could this be a connection?
Unlikely. I'm sure it's coincidence.
Oh, damn. I'm out of ideas then. Is there a spooky demon monster? None of us actually just looked in the pond yet. Is there a demon sat in the middle of the pond, just like staring at us?
Make a perception check.
Is there a... I'm very bad at these. Show me... Monster in the pond.
The pond is very, very murky. It is hard to see anything deep in there. There's nothing you can see moving or anything like that. You get the feeling that there is a very large build-up of algae and sort of pond weeds in the depths. It's a don't go swimming in this, you'll get your feet tangled and drown.
The eel hound will be fine.
I mean, if you can breathe underwater, it's harder to drown, but...
I believe, yeah, he can breathe underwater, and so can I.
You could go under first.
Yeah, you could
if
go
you'll
and
help.
spend the night with him.
Would help you bond with him as well.
If you want to inhale swamp water.
You'll be
No.
fine, I'm sure.
Particularly.
Oh, how petty. Princess Water doesn't want to breathe in this skank
Princess
water.
Water will be here.
I mean, I could make it worse.
Maybe don't make it worse.
I don't know what you want me to do then. Those are your options. I do nothing, or I add poison to the water and figure it out.
Well, everybody
You
knows
try and help the person. And...
the two poisons counteract each other. A poison plus poison makes an anti-poison.
That is true.
It's either that or it makes something quite interesting.
I do know that.
I'm looking for an actual action now. Come on.
Throw it in the water.
Do we put him in the water?
I think
Well.
he's fine.
It's gonna breathe algae, but that's fine.
Exactly.
It's veggies. It's
Free protein.
It's part of its 5 a day.
Maybe a bit more than that.
Wow, this.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm gonna motion to Skuts to like gently put him into the water.
Okay, which pond are you putting him in?
We were gonna go for this one, I think. That's the one we were inspecting anyway.
Okay.
he's dead.
So,
It's gonna be
are
right
you
pissed
putting
off.
him into the water?
Yes.
Okay. You, with a sploosh, he sets into the water and immediately sinks down into the murk.
Scutch is just gonna like peer down over the edge into the murky water with a like sad, worried expression on her face.
I need to make some rolls. So it would be that. I need to make sure it's whispered because I don't want you guys to see this.
Oh, I should have like dropped him in, but like held on to the netting like. It's okay.
Okay.
He's got this.
I have a question. Did you hide the fact that you splooshed the fishy creature into that water from the giant ogre that likes to eat anything that moves? I
don't think you did, no.
I don't
No.
think you did either.
Nadrin, you might need to stay with your eel so that Frankos doesn't eat your eel. I think I've got a good rapport with Franco. I think I could probably say, or at least like divert him away to eat some slugs or something.
He'll need something bigger than slugs. He likes to go and hunt and rip something apart and then
They're
shovel
big
it in his
slugs.
face.
Oh, the Eater of Hope, perhaps.
Oh, we could eat the Eater of Hope.
Exactly. I mean, that would be glorious. What a mighty thing for Mogis.
So, while the eelhound is doing whatever it's doing at the bottom of this pond, we will go back to Dios and his conversation with his previous, or at least a priest he knew in his earlier life.
Okay. So we both have a flagon of water in front of us. Because I'm sober, I'm going to make sure that he stays that way.
You can see he's not happy about drinking water, but he's understandably drinking water.
Yeah.
It's mainly because the water here isn't very nice to begin with. There's a reason most people drink alcohol here, and it's because of it's hard to get pure water.
Okay. Is there a like a barrel that they're taking water out of in here?
Yes.
Okay, I'll walk over to it and use my last first level spell slot to purify that water.
Okay, that's fine.
For those reasons.
Although Ziggin, the Leonin, does come up and give you your gold piece back for the night as a bit of a thank you for giving him some actual water.
I will just push it back into his palm and say, recompense for dealing with Krioth.
He won't refute on that. He'll definitely put it back in his pocket.
Yeah. Just bear with me while I try to put him straight. Keep the water coming. It's now crisp and clean and fresh. So we've now got proper water.
Not proper water.
Yeah. So I'll say to Creathon, alright, now that you're sobered up, how about we have a quick chat? Why are you here?
The last thing I saw before Heliod stole my eyes was him in his full glory, and he pointed me here. Made me feel like I was going to make a difference, that I was here to save it. But as I said, it's punishment. He stole my eyes for not being strong enough. And now he's abandoned us all.
You're not the only person to have this outlook here. We've only just got here and it seems that everyone is very despondent. I think something else is at work. Heliod spoke to me recently and has sent me here to also help. He told me that your words and guidance could perhaps help the wider people here. Tell me anything. Anything could be important. What do you know of this place? Any disasters fell on this place recently?
Heliod remembered me?
He sent me here to help you.
I arrived not long after the first crops began to fail. And I thought that it was this increasing amount of bad weather, the overcast, the fact that we weren't getting any light. And I tried and cast my spells and said my prayers and tried to bring his light in, and it didn't work. And the crops rose and rotted and rose and rotted. Alchemeos, the mayor, let's call him, hired the ogre to keep his people fed, but ever since then kept himself sealed away in his home. And once I had realized that my god had abandoned me and my spells no longer worked, I succumbed to the hopelessness. We are on the border of the Despair Lands, and while only a few of us have ever ventured any further in, there is unspeakable evils within there. I assumed it was the gods who abandoned us. Or at least caused conflict, that we got caught up in the debate, the challenge between gods. But I don't know.
I know the feeling of walking into a place and saying the prayers and casting the spells and nothing working. We saved a small farmstead from something very similar. Their crops had fallen to rotten ruin, and their pasture was filled with a cataplepus, a curse from one of the other gods. I tried to entreat Heliod to forgive these simple farmers for their perceived misgivings. I also saw him that day in his full splendour, and he simply told me that forgiveness was not his to give, and told me to entreat the god that cursed them. So I did. Found the cause of what befell them. I entreated with is it Farrakha? Or
It was Nylia.
Nylia, that's it. Yes. I entreated with Nylia, who had blessed their lands with bountiful hunts for decades. And once they realised why they had been cursed so, the curse was lifted as quick as it was given. I think something very similar has happened here. The machinations of another god are blocking the light of Heliod, and as his champions of his light, it is for us to hunt down and destroy that which blots out the sun.
Do what you can to find this agent of the other's gods. I have a lot to think about, and if anything in my travels comes to mind, I will let you know.
Thank you, brother. Keep hope. all we can do right now. I can't give you your sight back. I'm not that powerful. But perhaps once everything is said and done here and the glory of the light is returned to this place, perhaps Heliod may step in and deliver you the sight to see his glory once more.
He doesn't respond, just takes a long drink of the water.
And I just tap him gently on the hand, say, try to lay off the wine. It makes things worse. Believe me, I know. And I'll stand up and head to my room.
Okay. So, during that enlightening conversation, how are you stealing this satyr?
I want nothing to do with this.
Before the satyr stole, I just wanted to check. This, the Akroan man sat on his own drinking wine.
Yep.
Does he look in... Essentially, what's the state of his armours? Is he...
Very, very worn. It is... You can tell from your own experience that it's very finely crafted. It is... let me find the exact name of the type of armor. It is Akrati armour.
Armor.
It is
now
very, very well made, but it is well worn.
Is his
unkempt.
weave... Is his weave in the style of course, Sogeg the 7th, mightiest one, or is it in the new king, Sogeg the 8th? Which Sogeg are we talking about?
Neither. It seems that what little heraldry he still has on him would be of... Let me try and think of how the connection is. It'd be of your grandparents.
Oh. I fake sit on a chair near him, just sort of like squat down to sort of creak it. I'm not putting my weight on it because I don't think this chair will suit me.
You put 4 chairs together and sit on all of them at once.
And what would I do? I'll sort of slam a great hand on the table next to him and just brandish the signet ring that I wear as a sign of my privilege, in a way that perhaps he can see. And I'll just say to him, or just ask him, does a Crowan?
Have you come to kill me?
I'm just going to grab him by the shoulders so he can actually see me and just ask him pretty bluntly, are you going to try and kill me? Let's see if he can see my face.
Are
you gauge of this.
Are you a Lamia?
Just going to let him keep talking.
Have you... You know anything about your own curse? I've been... God damn, why'd you have to show up now? I was enjoying my fucking drink.
Sort of just... as soon as he sort of goes off topic, I sort of shake him slightly and say, you wear the garb of my grandfather. What do you tell me in the name of Sogeg the 12th? What do you know of my curse?
Not a fucking enough. So... clearly I'm speaking to another Akron. But... not quite. I was sent off as one of the major champions of Iris to go and find the root of the royal curse, because I was sworn to protect my lord, and his child got cursed, and he knew that we need to find some solution. So I searched far and wide on Theros, to everywhere I could get to, following lead after lead after lead, and I ended up coming to Asphodel, thinking maybe I can speak to one of the old deceased cursed ones and see if they know. But to even get to speak with the dead, you have to fight in the Colosseums, and those dead don't fucking slow down, do they? Sure enough, I locked my way back here to lick my wounds and try again. And then just think, what's the fucking point? I failed. I'm supposed to be a champion of victory, and here I am, the greatest shameful defeat. Just waiting for someone from Akros to come and fucking pop me out my misery.
Seeing that he's very obviously affected by this curse of the Eater of Hope, I'm just going to actually more aggressively grip onto him and just say, Erois has turned his back on our family. If you are still worthy of our honours, you will cast aside his weak will, and you will join me with Mogis.
None of the gods fucking care. Are you listening to me? It was the gods that placed this curse. I just don't know which fucking one. And it's one of them that's fucked us all. It's ruining Akros. It's trying to supersede what we were doing. And yet, I failed because I'm just a fucking mortal. I bit too much. I thought myself too good. And I fucked it up. Hubris, as they say.
Seeing that I get a feeling that just talking to someone affected by this Eater of Hope curse isn't going to sway them. I'm just going to look at him dead in the eye and say, if I can break this malaise over him, will you follow me? Will you take my charge?
I just want to know what the fucking reason why the Lamias are cursing our royal family. Why it should be there. It shouldn't be a thing.
You and me both, homie. Does he have a javelin on him, by any chance?
No, he does not.
Damn. Does he have anything spear-like on him?
He would have a copis. Is it
I
copis?
won't take his copis then.
Not a copis. It is the Doru spear. That's the one. Yeah, Doru spear. The proper Spartan spear.
I don't want to break things. I was going to be rude. I won't be rude in this place. It's already shit enough. Seeing, I'm pretty confident in. I know that he's very clearly not just douche. He's just very much cursed. I'm just going to get up without saying anything to him. And my personal goal is going to be to break this curse of the Eater of Hope. Because I really want to know why I'm a Scorpion man.
There you go.
And on the talk of curses, I'll walk out to Zulk, clap my hands together. We got a dude to steal.
Thought we were sleeping first.
We should sleep.
Are you
first,
having a
but
sleep first?
We should get up very early and then do it.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to do while you're before you sleep?
Poison kit. Yes.
Okay,
Oh.
you're going to roll on your poisonous kit. Yeah.
There is one thing I want to do as well.
And yeah, don't forget this will be also where you'd be changing your epithets and stuff like that if you want to.
Ooh.
If you are
Before you
taking a
run.
long- before long rest, what's Soka doing with Frankos?
I just quickly run over to Frankos. I go, Frankos, your cooking is too good for these folk. You're too much of an artisan of reckless murder. And I'm going to give him a Fables Sogeg javelin. I say,
Holy
Hunt,
shit,
Frankos.
dude. This is pretty
Hunt.
fucking cool.
Frankos, you don't understand. With this mighty javelin, you can eat 2 goats at a time.
I bet I
With
could
one
spear a
mighty
fish
thrust.
right out the fucking water with this, dude. I need to go see if I can go
Frankos.
fishing.
Frankos, you're too good for fish. You're too strong for fish. Frankos, I saw, only over to the west, a big fish. It was an eel, Frankos. It was like a 50-foot eel to the west.
Holy
To the west,
shit,
Frankos.
dude.
I think to the west. I think he knows what west means. I point in that direction. Kind of regretting that I used the word eel, but Frankos.
I'm gonna go and fuck that thing's shit up.
Fuck it up, Frankos. I believe in you.
As it absolutely just picks up its club, javelin, and a large sack to carry the meat back with, as well as a couple of the smaller cooking utensils, which I say smaller to a normal-sized human, they would be swords, but to it, it's just meat cleavers and the like. and it sort of sprints past, barging the cetaceans out of the way as it goes, and we're like, holy shit, dude, I'm gonna eat so fucking good.
God. I'm saluting Frankos as he goes. The finest creature to have given a javelin to, I believe.
Fucking love ogres.
Oh. I'll go back into bed.
Okay.
That's all I wanted to do.
So, is everyone going to bed?
Yeah.
Who's bunking up? Someone needs to share a room.
Guts, you can come in here.
Oh, I was gonna sleep out by the eel.
Oh, okay, see? Somebody's looking after your pet.
Yeah.
Outside's fine.
I probably should as well.
Theos locks his door because he realises how lucky it is.
We have already paid for the rooms, though. That's Dios's money, it's fine.
I'm royal, I don't pay. Oh,
I
I only paid because it was a Leonin.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
So, yeah, give yourself all your hit points back, all of your abilities, and if you want to
thank the
change any of your epithets, this would be the time.
Oh, I do, but I shouldn't.
Poison time.
Right?
Unless, yes, this would also be when you'd make yourself a poison. I can't remember whether you roll it now, but let's have a look.
Can I do one thing before while I'm doing this long rest?
You
like-
certainly can.
I purified all that water. Can I just get a flagon of it to put by my bed?
You certainly can.
And then I want to take a vial of it.
Okay.
And then I will ritual cast ceremony to make that holy water.
Okay. It will add an extra hour onto your resting time, but I don't think that's really going to make a difference at the moment.
No.
Because you can't rest and cast a spell at the same time. But
Yeah. I might just sleep in.
yeah. You're not under immediate pressure to get to something in a particular time frame, so yeah, you've got time to cast ceremony.
Now's a good time to do it.
Okay, make yourself some holy water. I had a feeling that was what it was for.
Yeah, I've been trying for like 3 sessions to make holy water.
You're getting rid of bloodthirsty.
I think I need Pompous for this next thing.
So this is the joy of epithets. You get to pick and choose.
I am going to swap Godsworn for Indomitable, I think.
Oh, okay.
Indomitably. We could use a red cap to steal him. Then it's not our fault.
Could
it's
just
the
use a
cap's
red
fault.
cap in general.
Would he be alive?
Oh shit! Yeah.
No, I'm going to
No,
keep
very much not.
Godsworn. Keep Godsworn, it's useful.
It is.
Can I make some
really
poison out of the amphisbaena poison I have?
You can do. So go ahead and roll a experimental toxin, and write down what toxin you've used, so I don't have to scroll all the way through chat to try and find out what you're attacking with.
Pompous is back to 1. Bloodthirsty to 0.
Not rolling on my poisonous kit then.
So that's not until you actually make an attack roll with it.
Ah, okay.
So you make it now, and then you know what it does. When you actually attack with it. Oh, I've probably read that.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I guess we'll do it this way around for now. I think I've actually, yeah, you were right in that it's you roll when you actually make the attack, but either or. I don't mind doing it either way. It's more that when you actually attack with it is when you determine whether or not it's affecting you as well. Or at least when someone attacks with it. Because say if you said give the vial to Skats and she throws it and you make the poisonous kit check, you would still get affected by it. It's not, you can't give it to somebody else and them take the penalty for you. I'm not
This is
that
fine.
kind.
Alright, I'll make a note on what that does.
I need to find whatever the hell this. Oh, that'll do. Can't remember which one this is. There we go. My
Oh,
and then
what just happened?
what's really what just happened?
What the fuck is that?
Oh no! Yep.
What did you find?
I'm so dumb.
It's Frankos's meal that he came back with.
I'm trying to sleep over here. There's a big thump outside.
It's
Well, he
Frankos.
found
Bear
something.
shark.
That's a bear shark, is what that is. Well, I think it's more of a
Told him
stone
there was
shark.
something sick.
But let's see. Alamapak, I believe is what it's called. It's a salmon bear, yeah.
Jesus, that's a.
Oh no, chimeric beast with the body of a massive trout and the front claws and head of a fierce wolverine, I should say. There we go. That thing.
Beautiful.
That is amazing.
That's what we managed to find nearby.
Alright then.
Basically
Just
gone
knocking
bear
about.
clubbing.
Well, unless anyone else has anything to do, me and Sogig have business to get up early for.
Just at the break of dawn. Nice and a bright light. Oh, I mean, it's overcast. You're alright, so.
Waking up at the crack of dawn, just whisper to Zolk, look,
Take the back.
we've got to keep this clean, alright? We've got to keep this clean.
Indeed.
Listen, we're going to steal him, but we're going to make it look like an inside job. We're going to make him want to be stolen.
I'm not sure I follow.
Say, look at this, and I show him my signet ring. And you just feel the air of pompousness around me surround. I will convince this creature. He will follow us. And if he won't, I think we just hit him over the head and steal him. Do we need Scuts involved? Do you reckon you could convince Scuts as a backup plan to just put him in her special hidey hole?
I feel like if we're to convince the barbarian, that's a huge up, my friend.
Maybe we need less accomplices in this heinous act. I feel like
I mean,
we don't want to piss off the Setestans too much.
no, we really don't.
We'll sneak, Zolk. We'll sneak.
Sneaky,
Sneakily
sneaky.
approach this door.
Okay, both make a stealth check, please.
Oh,
Mine's
no.
a disadvantage as I'm wearing heavy armor. Oh dear. Yep. Oh, it's a 2. It's not a 1 at least.
Okay.
Well,
So,
natural.
Zolk, you sneak along through your footsteps, barely audible on the soft dirt, and then you wave Sogeg to come and follow you, and you just hear clank, 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 clank coming along behind you.
Door is really squeaky. Pogeg, slither in there.
How's Pogek stealth?
To which you
What's this?
find Atropos, the satyr, pass the fuck out anyway.
Oh,
Right,
that was
alright.
easy.
Do we bonk him on the head for good
Zolk.
measure?
Job's a good one, Zolk.
He hums of whatever he was smoking before.
Just put him in my pocket.
Do you have pockets big enough?
Pretty big.
Are they?
I'll put him in my backpack. My backpack doesn't have much in it yet. I just use it to put over my head when I need night time.
Alright. Now, part 2 is we need to take him to a remote-ish place.
Actually, no. I will swaddle him. I will actually take. He's blessed this satyr, for he will be wrapped in the loins of a god. As I'll take off my cloak, and I'll gently wrap him up tightly and swaddle the satyr.
Okay.
Put him on the back. Does he wake up?
He does
Didn't
not.
think this- We didn't
Sweet.
think this far ahead. Where do we take
He's
him?
just kind of drooling onto your shoulder
just-
at this point.
I'm just holding this satyr. It's like, Zolk, I wasn't expecting this to happen. What do we do? I'm new to this.
Your guess is as good as mine, big man.
Look, if he wakes up, I think I can talk our way out of this. But for now, we need to hide him. So him still swaddled, I'm just going to prop him on my back, to make it look like it's still my cloak. And Zolk, if you could jump on my back and just sort of hold him in place, and it just looks like a billowing cloak. Is
I'll
my
jump
thinking.
on.
And yeah, I guess we just walk off with the satyr.
You'd
We'll go
not be able to
plonking down
carry
here.
that many people.
No, wouldn't. Not
Okay.
Pogo wouldn't be there. Could I do him and? Oh no, he's
Yes,
safe,
you
don't
can do basically 2 medium creatures,
Yeah,
or 1 medium creature and 2 small creatures.
yeah. So Zolk and satyr on the back. Pogeg will just slither along,
It'll wheel along.
wheeling
himself
along. Yeah.
Should we go plonking down here somewhere?
I think we should probably go somewhere that's not this area at all.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Let's go back.
Yeah, I don't think what we're about to do we should really be doing it in the town.
To the west.
To the west we go. Yeah. I'm expecting that. Thank God for rampant drug abuse in this village, I guess.
Okay, so where are you taking him?
To the swampy, like, to the what's it called again? I guess to the
bone wells.
snails. Yeah,
If he wakes up and
Are you
tries to
going
cause
on
any
your
trouble-
own to the wells? Just the 2 of you.
I mean, we don't want accomplices, but we also need help.
I don't think they're going to be angry to us. Although Frankos did just do something there. Frankos just did
He
a
did
thing.
pull up this giant trout wolverine, so...
Yeah.
Allow
Listen,
me.
plan. Oh,
Oh,
you first, because my plan might be done.
I mean, my plan's probably as bad as yours. I'm like, my plan is if something gets angry at us, throw the satyr and run.
No. You see a genuine just stream from Sogeg's face as I clap you on the shoulder and say, "We are wise, us two." That's literally my plan. We still go there, but if shit goes wrong, we just throw him and run away. But it's not our fault. He got eaten by the local wildlife. This can't go wrong. This can't go wrong. I'm convinced.
Can I just check both your alignments?
Chaotic evil.
I don't remember. Hang on.
Should be at the top of your character
Definitely
sheet.
evil.
Chaotic evil.
Okay, good. You're both still evil, right? I can't force you to be even more evil than you currently
Chaotic
are.
eviler.
'Cause what the fuck?
I mean, the worst thing is if you just you beat me in an arm wrestle. You could have just asked me to tinker on me because I've got disease proof, but it's already happened now. You proved you might, so I've got to go along with it. My word is real. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yes,
you're
well,
Worst comes
heading
to
off.
worst. If
We're
worst
in
comes
agreement,
to worst,
though,
we now
right?
own a shop.
Best comes to best. Okay, we're in agreement. The local wildlife ate him. Okay. Unless you don't do much to him, then we just put him back to bed. He might not wake up.
Okay. While this is going on, Adios is casting his spell. What are Scuts and Nedrin up to?
It is having a laughing
Because
fit,
we will,
so-
we'll tidy up that side of things, and then we'll probably put a pause in the session because it's getting late, and we will pick up what the fuck is going on next week.
It's our planning time, I see.
Listen. I go by the gods of the arm wrestle, and they spoke today.
This was easier than I anticipated.
Yeah. I'm shocked how smooth this is
You
going
came
so
in
far.
at the first thing in the morning and found somebody passed out. You're just like, I'm going to feed him to snails.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's,
Only if he wakes
that's
up and
his
gets angry.
choice. Yeah.
Yeah, what are you
Yeah.
also if he's this out cold to not wake up from being slung over your shoulders and carried off? What do you think you're gonna do with him when you get there?
Poison him.
I mean,
Kind of already there.
Well, actually, yeah. I mean, you could just look at his... He's definitely flesh... Oh.
Oh, that also reminds me. I need everybody to
Ooh.
make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, dear.
oh,
I'm not bad at these. Pretty bad. Pogeg as well.
Pogeg as well. Yeah.
Come on,
Oh,
Pogeg.
that was bad.
Pogeg's not bad at these either.
Yeah, Scotch wouldn't be at advantage for this.
Yeah, I forgot that was the fairy fire.
Okay.
Is it to be cursed or something? Because I don't know if I get advantage or not.
You wouldn't get advantage from this.
Just
Alright.
as easy than that. Savage.
Oh no, it only specifies poison. Never mind.
Dios, I need a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Where are we? Wisdom. Not so bad.
Okay.
Pretty high.
Oh, pretty good.
Zulk, Sogeg, Nadrin, and Scuts. You
Oh no.
struggle to wake up in the morning. You still manage to get yourself up and do what you were in the middle of doing. But there's a heaviness to it. A kind of, this is taking a lot more energy than I initially thought it would do. No major detriments at this point, but you're starting to get why everybody's just feeling kind of listless.
Why our stealth worked is just because we were so chill about it. We didn't even care. We just wandered off.
That was certainly something that happened.
I mean, it's still happening. So
It's not over yet.
yeah. So Nadrin and Scuts, is there anything you want to do first thing in the morning?
Look into the little pond we've got that we're next to.
Yep.
Is he there?
He's not on the surface, and it's quite murky underneath.
Okay.
If you actually did just get eaten, that would be the coolest thing. Ooh.
So, are you gonna have a way to search for him?
Scuts could always dunk her and like grab her by the ankles and like stick her down so she just pull her right out. She doesn't get tangled.
I have a pike.
Check something.
Don't trust Dios around pets with pikes.
Don't trust Teos around pets.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go out into the water.
Are you actually going to go into the water yourself?
Yeah.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Shit.
You've also gone really quiet as well.
Is this better?
That's better, thank you.
I knocked my microphone away. Constitution saving throw.
Yes,
Was
Constitution
it?
saving throw. Ooh, that
Oh,
did
wow.
not go
boy.
well. Ooh. Okay. Continue what you were doing.
Can I see him now that I'm in the water?
Are you underwater?
Yes.
Make a perception check.
No, I keep closing my character sheet.
I don't know why you would keep closing your character. That's the last thing you should really be doing.
Why am I so shit?
You said it, not me. So you do have a look around. It is very murky. There's probably about 15 feet down, so it's quite deep for a little pond. And there's lots of places for him to hide or get trapped. But you search around, and sure enough, you do find him snoozing, or at least you hope it's snoozing, in a bed of pond weeds. He's definitely breathing, looking a bit green, but other than that, is sleeping.
Okay. I'm gonna see if I can wake him up.
So you're just gonna go from give him a nudge.
Yeah.
You do, and his eyes do flicker open, but they are struggling to open. And you can see that the sclera of his eyes, the whites of his eyes, are red. Almost like he's been up all night, or something's. Well, he's tired.
I'm sure that I can speak underwater.
Yes.
I will speak to him in Sylvan. I believe that's the language that
It
he
is
understands.
the language that he understands, yes.
Are you feeling better?
A little bit, but not great.
Yeah.
What?
We'll help you with that.
What happened?
You followed me for like 3 days.
That was a bad idea.
Yeah, we carried you here. The
Oh.
one that hit you on the head carried you. Sure you remember her.
You just sort of shrink away at the mention.
It's okay. She apologizes. She has carried you. She's taken care of you whilst we've gotten here.
I need rest. But I don't know if this is the best place.
It's not.
My
We had to
stomach
do something.
hurts.
We had to do something fast. We got you in here. You're hungry?
No.
No? You don't feel
And he
well?
sort of spasms and vomits.
Ugh. Okay.
Underwater.
Yeah, it's just sort of floats. There's not a lot there. It's mostly sort of bile, but it's very much not good. Almost like breathing pond scum for overnight. It's not good for you.
Yeah.
I mean, it was good for his skin. He's now a lot less dry. Only 3 levels of exhaustion rather than 4, but he is now diseased. So.
He was at 3 before.
So yeah, actually, yeah, he'd be at 2. Sorry. Well, would he? Oh, give me a moment. Yeah, he would be at 2. But he's also
Well, that's
diseased.
the best we could do for him.
So,
Right then. Don't know why I'm choking. Okay.
Probably the pond water.
yeah, sympathetic disease. Yeah.
Can I try and help him get out of this awful pond?
You certainly can. You can, or at least you can certainly try.
How about we get you out of this pond, and we get you some fresh water to be in?
Make an animal handling check at advantage.
Animal handling. Advantage. Animal handling. Where is it? I'm blind. There it is. That's- Why?
It
Why
sort
are my
of
rolls?
looks at you and it's like, yeah, I think you're right. And follows you up to the surface. Although he's a bit broken, you now have a pet eelhound.
Yeah.
That was just about enough, as well as all the role playing to actually get one. He has currently has 2 levels of exhaustion and he has a disease of some kind. But aside from that, you have your own healthy eelhound, or unhealthy eelhound at the moment.
I have a very unhealthy eelhound.
It's okay.
Okay.
No, you get to do his voice. Yay.
I can't do voices. He's gonna have my voice.
Okay, with that, we will put a pause in today's session. I don't know, felt like a quick one, even though it was pretty much the full length we normally do.
We did start late.
Yeah, but we
Yeah.
still not by much. Still been a
No.
good 3 hours. Okay, so we will do the end of session stuff. So, piety scores. You get a point of piety for showing up.
And I still only go to 30.
You can still only go to 30 until you've completed your ordeal.
That's fine. I'm at 30 then.
Okay. Did you progress towards your agenda? Let's have a look at everybody's agendas.
Ryan.
There's one for showing up, isn't it, as well?
Yeah,
Is it?
one for showing up. For Nadrin, nope, you didn't purify the village's water supply.
Nope.
Someone else did.
Yeah, someone else did. Scuds, not quite.
I helped Nadrin follow her passion
Yes,
to get a companion.
you were focusing on your major agenda rather than your minor one, so I'll keep a note of that. But you wouldn't get any points of piety specifically.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you're working towards it, so you're not going to get the piety now, but your agenda is probably not going to change. Rugis, I'll give a point to Sogeg for that one.
Show no fear.
You showed little fear. And definitely a point for Dios.
Doesn't matter. Can't go above 30.
Yeah, but it's still the glory that you got a point and no one else did, or one other person did. So, did you expand your god's influence in the world in a concrete way? Dios would have got another point for that. Is there anyone else? I'd give a point to Sogeg as well. Did you diminish
What
the
about
influence of
bleeding
a
everywhere?
rival god? No, and no successful divine interventions. Okay. Your story points. So you get a point of story just for showing up. Did you overcome a great challenge using violent or non-violent means? You killed the Shambling Mound, which is a surprisingly difficult fight because it has some weird abilities. So, yes, you get a point for that. Did you make a significant discovery or unearth some lost history? You have clicked that the hopelessness of this area is probably because of the Eater of Hope. I
What a
wonder
twist.
why. What a mystery. So, yes, you get a point for
Our
that.
method won't get us anywhere.
Did you perform a act of great sacrifice or heroism? I will give a point to Nadrin and Scuts for that, for their heroic saving of the Eelhound.
We'll get the sacrifice next week, Zulk, when we sacrifice this guy.
I saved Zolk from dying in the moor.
True, you did save.
You cast a level 1
rival.
spell.
So yeah, well, not only that, it's also for a very much a rival god's champion. So I will give you a point of story for that. Mainly because you would have lost influence, well, piety, because you helped a rival god, but you would also have gained it back up anyway from other points.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that doesn't matter. Perform a successful will of the people check? No. You tried, you didn't. And loyalty. So we have Pogeg and whatever you end up naming your eelhound.
Neil.
What's he called?
Neil the
Neil.
Eel.
Neil the
Neil the
Eel.
Eel.
Okay, fantastic.
God.
There you go.
Neil with extra ease. Okay. I'm disappointed. I'm taking them away from you now.
He died.
I thought Good Boy was bad enough. So, did you attend the session? So, yes, you get a point of piety, a point of loyalty for that one.
Yes.
Did you fight together as one? That is a point for Pogeg. Did you sacrifice something for the good of your companion? That's definitely a point for Neil. Did you perform an incredible action? I'm going to say no. And did your companion remain in good health? No.
I helped him
Nail's
get
good
better
health.
health.
You did help him get better health, but he's not in good health.
So he's at 2, right?
So you should be at 2
Yeah.
loyalty, yes. And if you want, we can quickly run through leveling him up.
Yes.
So he is a challenge rating 2 creature, so he would become a level 2 in one of the companion
Okay.
types. He can pick pretty much any of them because he can speak a language.
Ah, there we go. There he is. Let's have a look at him. Oh, he's got.
He could do stuff, yeah.
His stats are good. Wow.
Yeah, he can do stuff.
He's just not smart.
And he starts dying if he stays out of water for too long.
Yeah.
So, kind of a drawback on that front. But he can vomit for 2 turns and create a patch of grease.
What do you need?
Okay then. Am I just not? Have I scrolled straight past it? I feel like I've scrolled straight past it. No, I haven't. Here we go.
Oh, the tension's rising. What are you going to go for?
On the edge of my seat.
Yeah, Good Boy was a protector. Pogeg is currently a protector.
Brian was feral.
Brian was feral. And
The
the
other
Doom
half is
Noodle
Sabina.
was Nixborn. But you kind of need a high charisma for Nixborn.
A Nick Spawn who had a -3 to spells.
Yeah.
I mean, Neil here has a 16 in charisma.
So it would be a good.
It's pretty good.
He also has a 19 in strength,
Oh my god, it's beast.
16 in
Ripped.
dex,
Oh my god.
13
Neil's
in wisdom,
insane.
13 in con, 6 in int.
He's better statted than most of us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you probably would be. Yeah.
Let's get dealing with that exhaustion then.
Pogeg's looking a bit sheepish over here.
I'm looking forward to when I get Fireball.
Oh, you've killed enough pets to fireball. Thank you very much. Granted, it was only
never
one,
enough.
but
Can
still,
you kill enough?
it was enough.
I'm thinking probably Nick Spawn.
Okay, going for a spellcaster. So
Yeah,
it become a level 2 Nixborn.
So that is
So he would gain proficiency with either Wisdom, Intelligence, or Charisma saving throws.
wisdom, intelligence, or what?
Or Charisma.
Okay. Go for wisdom.
And proficiency with Arcana, History, or any two of these. Arcana, History, Insight, Investigation, Medicine, Performance, Persuasion, and Religion.
Yeah, that's a lot to remember.
Arcana, History, Insight, Investigation, Medicine, Performance, Persuasion, and Religion. You can read through these actually on the handout. That's what I'm looking at. If you actually go to the next born handout, it's if you scroll down to bonus proficiencies, that's what he gets.
I don't know what I've done. I've broken roll 20.
No pressure, no pressure. Come on,
Yeah,
hurry up.
you know,
Quick. quick!
I'm trying to make the next spawn
Quick!
thing bigger, but I've managed to make it smaller instead.
Oh, Roll20 does do that sometimes. If you're like zoomed in, if it does that where it like cuts off a corner of it, usually you just have to restart Roll20.
I'll
annoying.
do you want me to help you set it up between sessions?
Yeah, it's
Do that
probably
way.
for the
Yeah.
best.
Okay. So yeah, we'll put a pause there. I need to make sure I write down some notes on what the fuck you were doing.
Alright.
Because definitely wasn't expecting the one shopkeeper to, not actually, trade or see if he's got any magic items or anything like that to buy.
He
No, just fucking kidnap him.
He had his option to trade and he let it go.
He didn't even offer to trade with him.
I'm
You just
pretty sure
stole it.
Zolk offered. Zolk offered him money
No.
for his body.
Didn't offer
He
him money
refused.
at all.
No, he just kind of wanted it.
He says, "I want your body," and like, be taller.
So Gegi's sort of like looking a bit like, I don't know what's happening, but I guess I'm just going along.
And rolling with it. It's alright, yeah.
Vibing.
But we'll see what happens next week. I need to definitely make some notes on what on earth was going on.
We off the rails.
Just a bit.
So yeah, until next week, I'll probably put an end to the stream here. So thank you everybody for showing up and watch along. And I'll see everyone next week.
Bye.
Yep, great session. Cheers, Alex.
A really good session.